and our session is starting to be recorded, and all is good. All right. Go ahead,
Just,
Jess.
alrighty. Last we met, Margot and Anariel got a full night's rest in Valaki's Blue Water Inn after overhearing children outside their door playing a creepy game. Back at the encampment, Eerie lectures Victor, who is concentrating on his reading, too much to be bothered, and mentions Barovia had been ruled by King Baroff before Strahd. Danica very kindly refunds Margot and Anariel, and the rest of the party arrives as Valmaxian encourages all to gamble, using his clever contraption. Tigran wisely avoids betting, but Margot's luck made her back 15 gold before she then takes her leave of the game, to Valmaxian's dismay. She later comforts him and he decides to write a song of her heroics. The party joins up, deciding to travel together to the Wizard of Wines, and offer to take Erwin's cousin along. Margot and Zayn head to Malcolm's to retrieve Zayn's Warple sword, while Inariel and Irene get to know one another better at the inn. Tigran waits outside for Erwin's cousin, who turns out to be his winged companion, Muriel. No sooner than they enter the inn together and introductions are made does Ern burst in and alert Irene that Laris has left a note threatening a siege on Vallaki in 4 days' time, unless the town gives her up to him. We left off at 12 p.m.
That's fire. The one
That
thing
was
I
really
will
good.
say there is it is not, in fact, the Vorpal sword. It is an arm crossbow that he's going to pick up.
Oh,
does-
my bad.
It does.
I
1d6.
just talk-
It's okay. He just.
I just
he just
talk
talks.
about that fucking sword all the time.
I thought you said you were gonna pick up your Vorpal sword.
I wrote it down. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I thought you
Okay,
were fucking
so
around. You were saying, "Yeah, going to Malcolm get that Vorpal sword."
Did I say that? Like
I
in the
think you
game?
were. I think you were fucking around and saying
I-
that.
My bad.
No. If I did, that's on me. If I did, that's
All right, so what are you actually getting so I can correct
just
my notes?
it's an arm crossbow
Arm crossbow. Thank you.
that I have not fucking had since before they arrived. Jesus Christ, this thing
Right.
long
So,
missed.
but hey, I liked it. Really good. Really good. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Anything anyone wants to put on the top of the order for that? Like thinking about stuff we want to layer on that.
If Malcolm has a Vorpal sword for me, I'm gonna kiss this dude on the lips.
Could you imagine?
I was working
No,
on new
it's-
things. I ain't-
Literally,
Take
could
a
you
look at
imagine?
this.
Could you imagine?
Take a look at this. It's not that great. It's just a plus
got-
2.
We got to hear like a little bit more about the Bagman game because while Anariel and Margot were asleep or like about to fall asleep, like we heard I'm guessing it's like the Mardikovs children like laughing and just playing like the Bagman game and heard one of them saying the rhyme. It seems kind of be like sort of like a game of like hide and seek if
Yeah.
that's like the general vibe of it.
Huh. I don't
We should,
remember that.
we should probably stop them from doing that.
They're about to lose their head. Yeah.
Doesn't really
Also
come to
just-
mind. Didn't remember that one.
That did happen. That did happen. That did happen.
Wait,
He's
are
he's
you
fucking
serious
with
or are
us.
you
He's fucking
gaslighting?
with us.
Okay.
My gaslighting.
Okay,
Read my
'cause I was
bio.
like-
He
Read my
doesn't
bio.
gaslight, he lies.
Read my bio.
Yeah.
He's not.
Damn.
He's not gaslighting.
Read
he's
my
just lying.
bio.
And just
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to mention, yeah, I forget exactly who said it, but this is just like Barovia lore, but I guess he used to be ruled by King Barov, and he ruled before
Yes.
Strahd.
Who
I
did
think
say
that was
that?
Victor.
Victor, right? Yeah, he was getting a little bit more research done. I do recall. And roleplay thing, as Margot and Zayn were walking down there, we learned a little bit more about Zayn's backstory and how Margot's doing. And what got her into what she's doing.
Very
let's go
cool
get that
stuff.
Vorpal sword.
Where is my motherfucking Valaki? Where is my Valaki? Oh, there it is. My town square. I threw the map inside one of the chats, so you guys can join in. If you guys like looking at the little art that I post.
Why, yes, I do.
Ooh,
I
town
like it a lot.
square.
I like it a lot. Shows us what we're fighting for, type shit.
It's obviously more lively than this nowadays. And that statue is destroyed.
Yay!
Perfect. Okay. Awesome, good one. So, get an inspiration, or not get an inspiration. Get an inspiration, and if you don't have an inspiration already, and if you do already have an inspiration, get 50 gold and add that to your thing. Let us also remember, Chris, that you owe money on the thing you're gonna pick up, right?
I thought
like-
you were gonna chastise me about the inspiration.
No. Why? Why would I chastise you about it?
No,
What'd you do?
just asking for it. The second after is like, and let's remember, Chris.
Oh, okay. No, but don't you owe money on
100 gold.
100
gold.
gold. 100 gold.
100. Let me check if I have that. Should have probably done that before. Yeah, I got it.
All right, and make sure whenever I ask you guys for gold, you guys take the gold out of your inventory. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, and also you better not be saving up this gold for the spell that I told you you could already have. Okay, Jess? You just have the spell. It's fine. The next spell, when your level ups, you don't.
All right, thank you.
All right. Perfect. So let's kick back. Let's start with we have the folks over there at the Blue Water Inn. Let's start with Margot and Zain. You guys walk into Malcolm's machinations. Malcolm is clambering around his shop with all of his arms that, seem to stretch from and away from the desk he sits behind, this large workshop desk. It seems as though, of course, and to you, Margot, this person has several different hands. All of these hands are held onto pulleys, while, some of them look lifelike, some of them don't. They look like they have tools at fingertips. All of these things to work on several different arms that are laid out on this pretty long table, of which Malcolm himself sits behind in the middle of, being able to see anybody who walks in through the front door. He'll look up for barely a second, and with that, his hand will come up, lift the glasses for him, look at the table, or look at the door, and then drop the glasses, and he'll look right back down into whatever he was working on. And all these hands move around. You hear clinks and scrapes, and then you'll hear sharpening, and then you'll hear twisting and knobs and gears turning, of which you realize this whole workshop is working from. And so with that, you guys walk in, and Malcolm is working, and he says, "What can I do you for?"
Yeah.
Twist that there. Yeah, that's that.
Malcolm,
that's good.
my favorite man in Valaki. How are you in your brain today?
I wish I had 6 of them. I wish I had 6 of them. Okay, and then we put this here.
A brain for each arm, of course. I believe I have something for you. And he'll pull out
What's
the package.
Ah! What is that?
Well, I don't know. You told me to retrieve it for you, from the Vistani, if you recall.
Ah! Which was Stoney?
The one's about 2 hours down the road from the city. You were working on my arm crossbow in return.
Ah! What specific crossbow?
And he'll point to his leather wrapped arm and sort of make a circle around where it would go on his arm. Does he see it on the counter or anywhere at all? Can he
Yeah.
point to it? Okay,
Yeah.
he'll just be that one right there.
This is yours?
It is.
Hmm.
It is. It's come a long way with me. I would wish to have it back.
Well, no, I mean, it would have to work with. Well, let me check my ledger.
Of course.
And then he pulls out this really ancient book, slaps it on the table. It takes about 3 of his hands to lift it up and put it onto the table. And he'll slide it on over, and this massive book will then be flipped over with dust coming from every page, filling the room, and you all start to cough at how much dust is filling this room as he flips through these pages, covering his mouth and nose with one hand.
Yeah, Margot's just like coughing.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks like it needs a dusting.
Zion's gonna take a step back.
And eventually he'll reach all the way to the end. And you'll see that on this last page, seems like, versus the last 40 pages, there is way more writing and way smaller than the rest. And it starts all the way at the top as though he is sparing himself, buying himself a new book. And he'll turn a notch on his glasses in which it adds an extra lens, sort of like on the outside. And then he'll do another one, and then another one. And then another, and another, and another, until it's magnified 15 times to where he's barely even turning his head, as the weight of this of these attachments on his glasses seems to bow down itself. And he'll read one finger on the line with the smallest little needle as he reads carefully, and he goes, Zain. Ah, Zain?
The one and only.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I have another in this book. And he'll close the book and he says, "Yep, that's you." And he'll bring
That's
up
me.
he'll bring up the tool and he'll set it before you.
And in return, Zain will set aside 100 gold in a smaller bag and set it down on the table. And he will pick up the attachment. Does he let him take it? Nice,
Yeah.
like.
He'll take it and he says, "Well, spread the word. Tell everybody you got it from me. And if it doesn't work well, then tell nobody you got it from me. But it should. And it will.
Of course. Do
Matter
you
of fact,
have,
better to test."
I
And
was going to
he'll
say.
hold up a board with
Perhaps-
one of his hands at the far end of the hall, and it'll just have like a little arrow.
Yeah, Zain will waste no time. He'll just, Margot, so he'll just immediately put up his arm, and as the arm comes up and the finger kind of, retracts down into a fist, the springs on the side, I guess you could say the wings of the contraption will open up, pull the arrow back, and fire it at the board.
Perfect. It hits the board, and as it hits the board, he says, "Double time!" And he will turn the block around, and you'll see another target. And he gets you ready to, you see that it's faster and easier to reload this time. Quicker,
Yeah,
even.
and with the
Um,
with the new
Right.
mechanism, he can almost sort of just flick his arm, and the new arrow slots right into place as the bow pulls itself back, clicks his hand again, and it fires.
and then boom, and it knocks the block, and he says, "Perfect! Well, now that you fired it, there's no returns."
I would never wish to return this. Malcolm, this is incredible. You
Yes,
have
well,
truly
it's one of
outdone
my
yourself.
finest works, much like the rest. And you'll see he has like a display that has all of his finest works, and they're all empty.
I would say so. It seems your best works are going fast. I don't suppose you have anything new in that brain of yours being prepared.
He goes, "Well, not right now." And he says, "I'm just filling out some orders." Lousy. How would I get a stake through there? guess I'd open it up a little bit.
I see, I see. Malcolm, I'll tell you what. If you ever have anything brand new on the design table, anything cutting edge, anything you would like tested in the field, please do not hesitate. I would love to see what else you have to work with. You are a genius, my friend. A genius. Surely we can work together.
He says, well, after I get through some of these orders. I guess I'd... And he fits something in one thing, and he goes... It just, like, clicks, and he goes... You know, it clicks, and he goes, ah! I got it! Ah, it's perfect. And
What
ready
do
to
you
go.
have there?
And he'll hold up a crossbow, and this crossbow has attached to it a small scope. It'll have an undercarriage that has a revolving band of different arrows, almost like a like a revolver would, right? And all of these spit out, and then on the inside of that barrel has now been fitted a new stake. A stake that can be launched from the bow itself and impale whatever it might need to.
What an interesting looking contraption.
Yeah, sorry. No, absolutely, Abby. Go ahead.
I've never seen a crossbow that had all these different you could fire all sorts of different projectiles from it. Very intriguing.
Well, it's a let's see. He looks and he goes, it's special order, keep secret. No, well, yes, no, of course. I mean, it's and he'll take it off the table. It's a prototype.
Oh, a prototype. So, how do you come up with something like this? I'm very impressed.
Well, it's more of an upgrade situation in which I'm adding some new tools to. Well, I shouldn't speak too much on it, but suffice to say, the original idea isn't mine, but of course I'll perfect anything you bring to me.
Interesting. Do you happen to have anything for sale, or is everything here for special order?
Well, most things are special order. What are you looking for?
I was actually in the market, most of the weapons I brought here with me have been more close for close combat. I was looking for more of a ranged weapon, perhaps maybe a small hand crossbow of some kind.
A hand crossbow. Well, I could certainly work on something. I did work on this previous piece, but surely I couldn't have something added to a crossbow. Maybe a miniature version, something more lightweight, something easier to hold. Well, then it would be my creation, and then in that way, I could take the credit for it. Well, what do you hunt?
And it's mostly for self-defense. You know how it can be sometimes, out in the wilds of Barovia, attacked by,
No,
by
I
a
never leave
wolf,
my house.
Well, as I said, it's for self-defense, and in the case I run across a wolf, and I don't want to get too close, muddy up my clothing, get bites taken out of it. Perhaps there's something that I can use to attack at a distance. Keeping myself at a nice safe distance would be ideal. And yes, I do very much like the idea of it being light. I'm not one for the big heavy weapons, and I prefer something that's more light, more finesse. You understand, don't you?
Yes, well, I once knew of a scientist who created a crossbow of sorts, and bits and bobbles, some green ichor, and Well, I think I have one of his prototypes here. Let's see. And he'll pull out another book, and this book has a bunch of different schematics and different tools of things that he can create, stolen. So a lot of these and many of these all say secret and also say do not replicate, do not copy, and even the word do not copy is copied onto this piece of paper. And he'll say, oh, yes. Ornereros. Yes. Well, he was a man of many talents. I remember here, a brilliant scientist, and despite the rumors. Mad, misguided, dangerous, diabolical, even, well, whatever. He knew better. And more than that, well, he thought he could accomplish something great, and that it was always worth the risk. And, well, progress is never made without sacrifice. We have here one called test number 15. Orner's venomous crossbow. And he'll give you a look at the schematics, and you'll see it's a crossbow that carries a system of curious tubes and vessels that line around it. All of it leads underneath the barrel into this like sludge that's just indicated with sludge, and you'll see that this thing itself has a thing where in quotations it says self-generating venom.
Interesting. And this is a hand crossbow, correct? Or is this just
Yeah.
I'm afraid that
I can make a version for your hand, surely.
yes,
I'm sure
that'd be
that he
lovely.
doesn't have anything delicate happen with this device that I could just chop up and screw together for you.
Yes, that'd be lovely because unfortunately, a regular crossbow might be a little bit too heavy for me. But if there's a version of it that could be a hand crossbow, that could be. So say I'd be quite interested.
Well, this thing here would let you shoot several venomous crossbows. Right? And then he'll look and you'll just see it's just a bunch of bullet points. Several bullet point, venomous bullet point, crossbow bolts, bullet point.
Now, how exactly or how much do you think something of this? Obviously, it is it's a very looks like a very interesting build, and I've never seen a hand crossbow like this before.
Well, what is it worth to you?
Would he be willing to take? Would he be willing to take 100 gold for it?
No! Never that. A little higher, please.
How about, could I persuade you to take 125?
No, I meant a lot higher. Try again. Once more.
Zain's gonna turn his head away.
Meet me in the
and
middle.
Try to stifle his laugh.
Well, what is the middle? 150?
The number I have in my head that I won't tell you.
Yeah, just like Margot just puts like a hand down. It's just like, well, how exactly will I meet you in the middle if I do not know what the middle is?
Well, you keep going higher until I'm happy. Usually.
175? That's my final offer.
175?
Yes?
175 is your final offer to purchase a piece like this. Does several venomous crossbow bolts. I mean, it should cost an arm and leg, usually, of which I have many arms. So many legs, preferably. Well, I guess I could work it together, but it won't be as stable as it would if you paid more money. but I guess I could. What say you?
Well,
Shake on it.
Hold on. Perhaps we could sweeten the deal, Malcolm. I saw that ledger book of yours was quite full. Perhaps, as well as the 175, me and my friend here find you a fresh ledger book. So you don't have to keep squinting and keep writing smaller and smaller for your orders. On top of the 175, of course.
Well, you can't buy a book ledger this size anymore. Larnak Publications closed many years ago. Many years ago.
And what might be the second best thing? If you had to pick, where would we get you a new ledger book?
Well, I guess I heard of a storyteller, perhaps one who would need books, one who would write in them. You see, this one is fashioned from a large children's book, of which I personally destroyed irreparably. A lot of fantastical colors, a lot of drawings, all done by hand, and then destroyed by me, so that way I could write a series of names and numbers on them. And, well, you'll just never find something like this, unless you find someone who has another book with many stories in it.
Interesting. Say we find a book like this. Would you take it, as well with the money?
I'll take the book, and I'll take the 175.
All right. Margot, what do you think?
yeah, you see like Margot just like, just like kind of like doing this like kind of like mental calculations like in her head. I see why not. Seems a fair deal, and it seems as good of a deal that we can seem to get. So yes, I will shake on it. And yeah, Margot just like kind of like delicately just like this like hand like this like stretches out her hand like for Malcolm to shake.
Yeah, he'll put one hand on it, and he'll shake, and he says, and another for good measure. And then another hand will shake your hand. He says, that is binding.
Yes, of course. And yes, while we are traveling, we will try to see if we can find a book that meets the qualifications that you set forth.
Well, great. Well, wonderful.
A book worthy of Malcolm's machinations.
Oh, yes. Stop making me blush. Now leave. He's nowhere near blushing.
As you say, Malcolm. Thank you again for the crossbow. Speaking of, does that one in your hands need any testing?
The one he hid away.
Yeah.
He says, oh, this is ready. One of the finest crossbows I've worked on personally. And he'll say, well, he says, now I just need to return it to them.
Who are you returning it to, if I might ask?
Well, here. And he'll throw the book your way. He says, you're getting me a new one anyways.
Alright, I'll take it.
He says, somewhere down there it's really legible. I can barely see it.
And he'll take a look for the name on the list. He'll squint down at it. He'll hold it up to his faceplate there.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh god, this fucking guy. Ooh, thank god. Unnatural 20.
A natural 20?
Unnatural. A weird and
Okay,
fucked up
that is
20.
a crazy
Yeah.
sentence to say. Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
Say dirty 20. You freak.
Abomination 20.
Yeah, on a 20, you can make out a series of letters only. R, V, R.
RVR. Rudolph Van Richten! Oh my god! Actually, I'm gonna have Zayn say that in character. Fuck it. Zayn's gonna look at the ledger and like hold it up for a second, look down at the page, then look over to Malcolm. Malcolm, is this both Rudolph Van Richten?
What? No. I mean, I had him sign his name there, but he came in here. Awkward hat. Interesting personality. His name was something else. Let's see. Terrible hat. Terrible dress. Loud. What was his name? What was his name?
Zayn never met that guy, so he has no fucking idea.
Who could it have been?
Did he call himself? You said he came here under a pseudonym.
No, I don't know what. No. You
a
just had him
fake
write his
name.
name down.
Did it start with, or was his first name start with an R?
No.
Then it seemed he either he signed with a pseudonym or the name he gave you was a pseudonym.
Oh!
A pseudo
Thank
what?
you, Ian. Thank you, Ian.
A fake name.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the names. I pay attention to the craft. I really just have them write their names in the book.
Could it have been Valmaxion?
Ah, Valmaxion. Yes. Big hat, loud personality, terrible dress. Yes.
I'm so dumb. Thank you, Ian. He that is he we encountered Mago and I encountered him not long ago. Just this morning, just this last hour, as it happens. He's staying at the inn. We could deliver it for you if you wished. We are going back there.
Well, I guess you could do me a favor for free.
Of course.
Well, let's see here. Let me look at the ledger once more. I realize this is my last order. Let's see. Do not keep secret again. Ah, I keep forgetting. Surely I can't have you take this to them. This is top secret. You can't tell anyone.
My lips are sealed. I have never even seen the creation.
Very well. Well, be on your way.
Who is Malcolm? Who are you?
This is my shop. This is Malcolm Machinations.
Perhaps I will have to buy from you sometime. Until then, farewell.
Surely. Your wrist bow. It could use some work.
Yes. I believe the same. We will talk about it another time, Malcolm.
And you, lady, you could use a crossbow. I see you.
Yes, that would be quite lovely. But for now, we must depart. But yes, thank you. Your shop is lovely.
Goodbye.
Farewell, Malcolm. See you again.
Yeah, farewell. And then like Margot does like kind of like a slight like curtsy like with her skirt, and then like follows Zayn like out the shop door.
Yep, Zayn's already gone.
Perfect. And you're walking away. Great. Anything you say to each other on the way back?
Uh,
Certainly an eccentric personality, though I do have to thank you for the idea about the ledger. I was not sure how much he was wanting for the crossbow, but yes, thank you for your quick thinking on that.
Yes, of course. So I love Malcolm. He is an inspiration in this city, at least to me. So many here, they tend to themselves, but Malcolm is a character all his own. I see myself in him a little bit. He would be right at home in Proinia, as I told him as much. And this, and he'll hold up his arm, and the wings of the contraption will fly out again. And this, I mean, it was made by my people, but he improved it in such a way. I do not even know if the idea would have come in my homeland. He is interesting, to say the least.
Yes, he definitely seems to have a very busy mind. I mean, probably explains, why he has all the arms. Probably, needs to get all of that energy out somehow. Or who knows, or maybe he could use one of those arms maybe to do a little bit of dusting around the shop, but besides that,
I do
he's
not think such a man considers things such as dusting. Perhaps that is another small gift we can do for him one day in exchange for... Who knows? Who knows what would come to that man's mind next?
Yes, perhaps geniuses, care not for such trivial matters such as dusting, but yes, I'm very excited to see the crossbow. It seems a very interesting concept, and yes, one that yeah, quite unusual, but excited to see his craftsmanship.
Yes, myself as well. I almost wondered if he could add such a thing to my own, but I wish I had been able to get my hands on that crossbow he was holding. That truly seemed like a work of art.
Yes, I've never seen something like quite like that. It was having like such with sort of the revolving mechanism, like allowing it to quickly switch in and out. Yes, I wonder what kind of prey someone would hunt with something like that.
It strikes me in this moment. You have not heard of Van Richten, have you?
Has Margot heard about Van Richten, like, above table?
Hearing it heard like that, you would have heard about Van Richten. You would have heard about Van Richten in like plays and shows of your like traveling circus. In any time that someone wants to talk about the general mythos of vampirism or werewolves, right? Which is like the scary stories to tell people out in the world that isn't here in Barovia. Well,
yeah,
the other character is Van Richten, who has ended up taking a place as being the vampire hunters of vampire hunters, and really just a fairy tale told alongside vampires and werewolves.
Gotcha. So like he's like this mythic, just like monster hunter like figure that's basically just like told like through just like tall tales and stuff like that.
Correct.
That's awesome.
Okay. Okay, back to character. Van Richten. No, I am familiar with the name. I've traveled around quite a bit. Actually, where I've seen plays and performances of this heroic figure named Van Richten. This taller than life monster hunter that, whenever there's a big scary monster or a vampire or werewolf or whatever monster, mind you, he comes out just the triumphant hero, the most the highest of hunters among hunters, and vanquishes any foe. So
Yes. Sorry,
yes, I have heard of him, though I believe he is just more of a legend, a tall tale that, just people tell each other around the campfires, or, just if campfires, or just like in dramatic performances. something of
Uh,
that nature.
Margot will be able to hear the smile on Zion's lips as he leans down a little bit and says, "What if I were to tell you that not only is that man more than a myth, more than a story, more than a legend from outside the veil? What if I were to tell you that not only is that man real, but you have already met him?"
Van Richten, being real.
The
No,
very
no, no,
same.
no. Are you telling me that? No, he's just a story that just one of those tall tales, like mythic figures, just like I honestly thought, or maybe at one point he was based off of like, some great hunter, but or maybe just a complete something that someone made up, but no, assuredly not.
That same man, that same downcast man who you won 15 golds from, who took all our money, who was using that fancy contraption that he got from who knows where, that same man is the monster hunter that you speak of. If Malcolm is to be believed, of course.
You see like Margot like raise like a hand like to her mouth like is like trying to like just like kind of like suppress laughter like
I know.
Velmaxian.
Valmaxian, the same.
Him.
I know it sounds crazy. I can hardly believe it myself, but Malcolm has no reason to lie. And look here, does he Malcolm gave him the ledger, right? Fabian, just like straight
Yep.
up.
Yep. Massive.
Zion will, heft it from under his arm and point to the RVR right at the bottom there. Who else could be RVR? That is, well, there's only one to speak of in such a place as this.
Well, he is a fellow bard, so it's possible. It's very possible. He could have heard him from like other tales beyond the veil. Just there's a famous play that Van Richten stars in, or he's a main character in. It's called The Death of Count Belasco. It's quite entertaining, a bit melodramatic for my taste, but the people like what the people like. But it is odd, for a man such as Valmaxian to be ordering such a complex weapon as the one that we saw in the shop, though. It's a possibility, maybe he fashions himself like, or maybe he wants to emulate emulate like a hero. Maybe he idolizes Van Richten, and just maybe he's just playing a part. And I'm assuredly all of the money he got from that little gambling game would be enough to pay for something, maybe something of that caliber.
Perhaps
I don't know.
It is a possibility. How about you and I go back to the inn and we ask him ourselves?
Though, yeah, Margot's just like a little like dripping with like or it has like a little bit of sarcasm. It's just like, yes, I'm sure if we ask Valmaxian, if he is the feared and famous, the almost mythic figure of Rudolf van Richten, I'm assured he would tell us just straight up, just like no hiding at all, of course, that he is indeed that famous monster hunter, and not just a fellow performer who's just a little down on his luck and maybe trying to bring himself up by emulating someone that he admires.
We go right in the middle of the room. We say, with full volume, Rudolf van Richten, show yourself, and he will stand up. And you can tell in Zion's voice he's fucking around too at this point.
Yes, assuredly. I'm I'm sure if you call him out like that in the middle of such a public space, I'm sure he would have no choice but to stand up and admit that he is Rudolph Van Richten, the famous monster hunter.
Yeah,
And
Zaino
You guys are gonna see
stands.
somebody running from the center, like away from away from the Blue Water Inn, which you're about to corner and circle around right now. Is you'll see someone running with great speed, more than you see anybody running at all ever. You know, in Vallaki, you'll see them running now into the Blue Water Inn.
Do we know them? Have we seen them?
You would recognize them, I believe. You would recognize that as being Ern.
Mm.
Zion's gonna give a quick look to Margot and pick up space.
Was that Ern I saw running towards the end?
I think it was. Let's see what that was.
I can't imagine a man like him running like that. I wonder what caused him to be in such a hurry. Okay, yes, let's get on with it then. Seems like such a cool man under pressure. I can't imagine what it would be, what would happen to get him to run like that.
And Zion's gonna take off.
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
You eventually make it into the Blue Water Inn, which, just making it into the Blue Water Inn, you see Ern standing there, barely looking back at you for just a moment before seeing that it's Zayn and Margot, and then looking back at Irene, looking back at Anariel, and even Tigran. There's going to be a siege in 4 days. And I thought to tell you, because they want you.
Irene's eyes will widen, and you'll see they fill with tears, and she puts her hand to her, covering her mouth, almost in horror. And she'll see Zayn and Margot just behind Ern, and then she'll look behind her at Anariel and Tigran, and she'll look at the barkeeps and any stray patrons that may be seated nearby, and she'll just be filled with this utter sadness. And then just a crashing wave of guilt. And that moment in her mind will play back of just before she disappeared into that inky ichor of Laris swiping his blade at Ismark. And she'll begin to silently cry, and this will cause her to shield herself away from any who might be nearby, just by swiftly just turning in a different direction. And she's lost for words at this point in time.
Zayn is immediately, upon hearing this information and seeing Irene's reaction, he's gonna go up to her and wrap his arm around her and just say, very quietly, "This is not because of you. This is not your doing. This is him, not you."
She'll turn into his arm and embrace him further.
A siege? You... But... By whom?
Laris. And she'll pipe up with a shaky voice. Understanding that these two newcomers have no idea who he is, or how dreadful this news is, just like the sheer magnitude of how dreadful this news is. So, she'll say, blood of my blood. Alaris, he is the leader of the Aaronvale Knights.
Margot like turns to look at Anario like, oh, those quite brutish men that we met outside the gates yesterday. Yesterday.
Anariel's kind of wide-eyed. She's hearing everything that's going on, but she's surprised that Irene had said that he was family, and yet he's making her so frightened. That's a very confusing concept for her. But yes, she does remember that the knights that they had fought the day before were of the same name, and she nods and turns to Irene. What is it that we should do about this? Is there somewhere safe that you can go?
Tigran will go ahead.
Oh, sorry. At the mention of going, you'll see a look of pondering, as if to go is something that she should be considering at this point in time. And she'll look around at everyone, and another memory will flash before her, the memory of the first time that she had learned of Laris's proximity to her in the Vistani camp, when she had asked everybody if she should go, if they wanted her to go, and if they understood what her staying meant for them. And then, of course, what came after. And, yeah, you'll see the tears are just continuing to flow. And she'll say, maybe I should go. Maybe that would be best. A siege is... Gods, Aaronvale has never lost a single battle. They'll slaughter the city.
Can I interrupt for a moment? I'm gonna take you to Aaronvale. Aaronvale. As you hear over your head, walking and pacing in a hall that is empty right now, has never lost a single battle. You hear those words come from Laris as he is stomping, seemingly stomping, pacing around in this hall. And he'll walk around and he'll say, and yet your father refuses to advance. Why is that? And you feel that pain on your thigh, Irene. Answer me. You know him better than I. Surely.
She will, without meeting his steely gaze, she'll shakily and weakly reply, Father, he knows not of conquest, Laris. He only means to keep Aaronvale safe.
It's cowardice. It's cowardice, Irene. It is why your father is unfit for his role. Quite so unfit. Maybe I should take it for myself. What do you think?
Her expression, the expression she has on her face will betray her. There's a flash of anger in her eyes. But she won't say anything antagonizing. Rather, she'll stay silent.
And the doors to the chamber will open, and several knights will walk in. I would say several dozen will walk in. This is currently not a time for them to gather, especially in their uniforms, but here they are, gathering in a hall. In the off times where one could be training, there begins a new training, one that you've just learned about. They walk in, and of course they respect Laris. Laris they'll listen to, second to your father. But as of late, Laris has been meeting with them more and more often, giving them their own lessons. Lessons on sieging. And he says, "Welcome. All of you, take a seat from the ends. And listen. I've read many books. Many, many, many books that the commander has decided we should read, learn from, hide behind. But I'm tired of it. So you all look me in the eyes as I tell you what we are going to do. So you can see and so you can feel that the words that I say are not minced, rewritten. Practice this itself, sieging itself, taking is a passion of which I wish that would grow in all of your heart as much as it is in mine. The first step," and he'll stare at them all, "is intelligence. Understand the defenses, the wall strength, the access points, the guards, what it takes to take them down, the barriers, learning. Understanding. This is step one. And you'll cut back to being there in the Blue Water Inn with them all. Just hearing that in your head as you continue on.
Yeah, she'll recall that memory, and her expression of sorrow will change to one similar to that flash of anger that day that Laris suggested taking her father's place. And through tears streaming down her face, that rage will be present. And she'll look to her companions and she'll say, "What say you all?" We'll only get through this by planning something out together. And I'll ask you all once more, as I have before. If it's too dangerous for me to be here, I'll leave. I won't have more blood spilled in my name.
Tigran will, on his initial inner response, will be to get rid of Irene. Do not compromise the group or the town's safety. But there will be something else inside Tigran that will be saying the opposite. And at first he's going to think that it's Cinder's influence, but it's not the same warm feeling that would artificially come from somebody else deep inside him. It's something that's going to come from him directly, without anyone's influence. So he's going to look up and he'll say, "We got one advantage that those blue armored fucks don't have. We're not in their home turf. They're on ours. And we got friends out here who are not going to want to see this town go down. We need to make friends. We need to find the ones that we are friends with, and they need to know what's happening. And we need to get their help against this fucker. Because he's not going to spare any punches. He didn't before, and he's not going to now. And we need to do the same."
Tigran, Lyris has been preparing for a siege for years, before I ever left the city. He's ready. He's more than ready. Whether or not it's here or there, he's ready. And we're going to need a lot of people on board if we're to meet that same level of strength. I don't know if we can.
Are you suggesting that we don't try?
I don't know what I'm suggesting. I don't know if it's my place to suggest anything.
Zion's gonna speak up. At that moment, Zion's gonna say, just get in between the both of them. This is no time for harsh words between one another. In 4 days, we have a demon to meet on the field. Before then, we can make up preparations. He'll look towards Ern and say, does the Baroness know of this?
You all know sooner, surely. The Baroness will surely get a report from her family, but as of now, you guys are the only ones who know. I sprang here to tell you so that way you could leave town if you needed to, if that was what you suggest, but I only rush because I don't know what she will do.
What would you imagine she would do? If you had to guess, anything, man.
Surely she would want to have audience with you. Understand what this means. If the folks who have killed her truly have already written on their backs, well, that means they were already in the gates. They were already here. Which means how many more of them are here? How many more have snuck in? How many more hide among the slums or around, gathering what I could only assume is information about us?
With a sniffle, Irene will say, I have been eager to have audience with the Baroness, with Lady Wachter.
Well then, I guess if you know that now, then and you're the one to walk over to her, well then I guess that puts you off in, I don't know, more even footing. And she doesn't drag you there. Hell,
I
she might even
guess-
come to respect that.
Whether she respects me or not, I will not stay in a place where I am not wanted. I will leave if she bids me to leave. And so I must speak with her urgently.
Well,
Let us do that now then. Right away.
well then, I know a guy. And he'll walk backwards and he'll say, are we off then?
Before we do, he'll Zion will look towards Margot and Inario, and he'll just tilt his head over to the side to hopefully speak to them just away for just a moment.
Do you ladies go with him?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying you were about to say something.
Yeah, just
I would
he's trying
follow,
to
yeah.
He's trying
Yeah,
to talk to you
he's
guys
trying to-
separately, right?
trying to talk to
Oh,
us
yes,
separately.
yes, I understand now. Yes, I go with you.
Yep, Zion will give Irene one more squeeze before going to talk to Margot and Inario, and he will just say, "Listen, I do not wish to put the two of you in harm's way. You do not have familiarity to us yet. Margot, I have enjoyed your company, and I've enjoyed your words, but I do not know if I can ask this of you, but I need to. There's a man outside the gates that has treated Irene in a way you could not believe. An evil man, a demon within the skin of an elf. He threatens her, he threatens me, he threatens everyone in this city if we are not to do something. You say you dealt with these gods. I have seen how they fight. They are formidable, to say the least. If you were able to sneak away from them or deal with them in the manner you did, that leads me to believe you would be worthy to fight with us. You would be most welcome. Again, I cannot ask you to put yourselves in harm's way, but I do not know if you will have a choice come 4 days' time.
So it seems that our two options at the moment is, well, either, yes, though, when we go to speak to the Baroness, like, I do understand it could be in her best interest, obviously, to pressure us into giving up Urine, as assuredly she does not want her her own town destroyed. Either that, we stay, the town gets sieged, or we leave as we were planning to go to the Wizard of Wines, and we get ambushed on the road, and she attempts to get taken from there, because assuredly, as Ern has mentioned, that it is likely that there could be some Arendelle Knights, though most likely wearing plain clothes, could be hiding among the population, and assuredly they're most likely keeping watch not only just on the town but on us as well. And if we are to leave, that may eventually reach the ears of this Laris individual. So it just seems that excuse me for being so blunt, we're screwed if we do and screwed if we don't.
I'm in much agreement, Margot. It seems like all the options are a little shitty, but as long as we're together, I think we stand a chance. I know that I would not be happy with myself if I stood by when I knew this was going on. I would never want to allow people like the knights that we met outside of these gates just to do whatever they want and hurt people. I never want to make a choice like that anymore.
Yeah. Margot just like kind of just like closes her eyes for a second. Just kind of like in thought. It's just like, though I am unfamiliar what this relationship is to Irene, but I do understand how strong the motivation is to run away from such a from a wicked man. I do understand that, and wanting to do anything possible to evade recapture.
So what do you two say? Will you stand with us?
Yes, I will.
Like you can just like kind of just like see like just in the head like Margot's like just like thinking just kind of like internally it's just like just like feeling this like urge. It's just like, would it be better just to run away like just like on her own and just like just it just like feels like she just like just like hopped out the frying pan into the fire and just like you can just like see just like just have like this like conflict of like emotions. It's just like over her head and like over her face. It's until like finally it seems like just kind of like the storm cloud of like emotions that's just been crossing her face like finally just like settles into just like a bit of a blank expression and then like settled. It's just like, well, I believe our chances of survival are at least slightly better if we stay together. So yes, I agree to fight with you, though it is a bit tempting. Hmm. I wonder if my fate will be the same, whether joining you or running off on my own, though. I think, just maybe it'll be better if we stick together.
You can see there was a tenseness within Zayn that Inariel hasn't seen, and especially Margot, who has been with him for the past hour. This is a light man when the situation calls for it. This is a man that likes to keep it easy, that likes to keep the mood high, but this tension that had wrapped his body since the mention of Valaris's name, you can see it ebb away a little bit as the two make their decision to stay with them. One hand comes to each of their shoulders, one of Zayn's hands on Inariel's shoulder and one on Margot's, and just bowing his head ever so slightly towards them and just saying, "You two have no idea how much that means to me, and to the rest of us, and to this city, and to its people. You are heroes in my eyes. How about we go prove it, eh?"
Yes, we should alert the Baroness, at least let her know to begin preparations in case, if you describe this man as a demon as he is, he might decide even just to attack the town anyways. If his men are anything like him, he seems to have no honor as well.
Indeed. I would have you know more about him, but he'll look back over his shoulder for a moment towards Irene and just hold that gaze before turning back and saying, But that is not my story to tell. Let us rejoin the others and make our way to the Baroness. Thank you again. Of course, you have no idea how much this means. Thank you.
While that conversation was happening with Ern and Anariel, Tigran, and Irene, Ern's gonna be, looking at Irene as if he wants to offer some sort of words to her, and he'll just kind of be a bit frozen, looking at Anariel or Tigran to offer something as well. Just trying to fight to say something, and he'll say, I'm sure it'll be all right. Or, I mean, they're just knights, right? You know?
Yeah, Irene will kind of look up to Ern slowly, and there's a look of severity that this is deathly serious, and yeah, it's almost as though that statement that he made was just, you would take one look at her face and immediately know how wrong you were. And she shakes her head slightly and closes her eyes, and she says, "No, Ern, they're much more than just knights." And she'll say, "But I must thank you so much, Ern, for trying to keep them out. You have no idea what that means to me." And she'll say, "I promise you that at the end of it all, I'll do nothing to jeopardize your life or the life of the citizens of the city." And then, yeah, she'll break her gaze from him.
And Ern was like gonna try to say something, and he'll stop for a moment, and he'll say, this town defends itself from monsters, all sorts, every kind, werewolf, vampires, everything that could try to get through the walls. Well, we stop it. We at least try. Every one of us, even as unhappy, as pretend happy as we were when the Baron was around, we still did. I mean, we had silver, but that means that we had weapons, And, yeah, they're not knights, they're monsters too, then. And that means that the town defends themselves from it. So I'll help you too. I'll help you help me, I guess. No.
She'll
do what I can. Even if it's being a drunkard at the right time in the wrong place.
Yeah, she'll offer him a weak smile and a nod of her head, and she'll say, "Thank you. I'm sorry to continue to be a burden on you, but your friendship is one that is precious to me. Thank you, Ern."
Irene, I'm all burdens. You're not added to anything. And he'll say, "Come on then." And you guys all regroup. Let's go.
Yeah, she'll swiftly march out of the inn.
And so you all will walk and walk and walk as you head towards Wachter House. Is there anything you guys want to say to earn on your way there?
Egon does want to say something, but it's not to earn. He's going to start to slow down a little bit if he's like at the
Who do you
back of
want
the
to talk
group.
to?
I think he's going to try and tug at the back of Zayn close just to slow down a little bit.
Okay. All right.
And he's going to try to quietly talk to Zayn and say, look, if this doesn't get us kicked out of this town, I don't know what will. I think we need to have some leverage here as to why she keeps us here. And I think that's going to involve having to tell her that we have the chance to bring her daughter back. I think we need to spill it to her.
Zayn is gonna, hang back a little bit with Tigran as well, and he's gonna lean down just a little bit, just to try and keep the conversation quiet, and say, you can see he's struggling with it for a second. He says, Tigran, I do not disagree, but I do not know if we should bring up such a thing right away. I look at that conversation in my mind. It almost, if I were Lady Wachter, it almost feels like a threat, Keep us in the city, or you will never see your daughter again. I do not wish for that. I do not wish for that to be the reason she keeps us.
It's not a threat, Zayn. I'm trying to outline the losses she's going to incur if she decides to be rid of all of us for it. It's either we get her daughter back or nobody will. Yeah.
You might want to turn
Sure
off
as hell
Kangu mode.
You're drowning a little bit.
Sorry, this fucking music's so gas.
Thank you.
Fucking
Thank you, man. Go ahead.
Tigran will say it's not a threat, Zayn. It's an outline of the losses she's going to suffer if she gets rid of us. Either we get her daughter back or nobody will. I mean, do you see Victor himself getting her back all alone?
I know, and I agree. I do not dispute the facts of the situation, only how she will take them in this moment. We are about to tell her that her city is being raided by people from outside this place. A people who, if Idene is correct, are formidable beyond anything we have seen. She has taken power only days ago, and suddenly she is faced with such a thing. Let us see how she reacts to the information first and foremost. And if it comes to it, we can bring this up.
Fine. Bad news first, then good news, yeah? That's how everyone likes it.
Indeed. Hopefully,
And yeah. Go ahead.
above table, actually. Did Victor say he was going to Lady Walker's house?
No, but you could have brought him along. It's fine.
All right, we'll pick them up along. I could have sworn he was like going to do his own thing during the last session.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like if you're gonna go do the Muriel thing, you're not gonna have him. If you're gonna do the Muriel thing, you know what I mean?
Just like a convenience thing.
Yeah. So
I see. Yep, we'll grab them then before we go, if everyone's cool with that. Because we probably do need to talk about that, as Moto said. That's a good card for us to play.
okay, so you
So,
bring
yeah.
him. Perfect. So he's
Yep.
with you all.
Yep.
Perfect. And you guys will make it over to the walkthrough house. And we will take a 15-minute break, more like 17. So we'll just be back at 30.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds
This,
good.
this is so cool. This is so cool. I love siege shit in media.
Well, you guys have time to talk about what you want to do.
This is fun. The gang's
Yeah.
together. Love it.
Gangs together. I liked that little moment with Zion and Margot and Anario. Because I was in my like above
It's
table.
set
I
it
was like, I need these people on board with this,
Yeah.
and I need to give them a reason to be on board with it, not just like out the blue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
not just like it's just like, wait, the tower inn, is this gonna be on siege? And
Yeah.
like, it's just like,
Normal
like,
person
yeah.
be like, see ya.
yeah, because like Margot's just like, yeah, like it's just like, it's like, would my survival rate just be better if I just like ran? And then at the other
Yeah.
time, it's just like, yeah, like I kind of like get wanting to like run away from like a shitty dude. So like I kind of understand where like Irene's character is coming from. And it's just like, yeah, and just like doing the mental calculus, it's just like, yeah, I could try to run away and strike it out on my own, but just like Barovia is just full of horrors, and it's just
Seen
like,
how well
you know
that
what?
happens for people.
Yeah, it might be slightly like survival might be slightly better. I guess it's kind of like, you know, you're fucked if you do, fucked if you don't.
Yeah,
If we stay,
better
if we,
the evil you know.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, don't want to see what's behind the closed door. I'll take the spikes protruding out of door number 1, please.
Hey. Yeah, my girl's guilty conscience wouldn't allow her to turn her back on the situation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zayn gave it to them literally the way that he would like be convinced.
Mhm.
He was like talking to himself there. He was like, "Yeah, there's a fucked up guy here. You want to help save the city?"
Oh yeah.
Does anyone have a plan with what they're gonna do with the Lady Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Break it down
I
for
just-
us.
I just need you guys to talk about that.
Break it down for us.
Well, my plan is to just just spill the beans. I want to go in there and like level with her. I want to
Yeah.
I want the news to come from me if it's true that she doesn't know about the siege yet. I would love for that news to come from Irene.
Best case.
And to fill her in on what his plan is, and then also I want to give Ern credit for that, for letting us know. Hopefully getting him back in her good graces a bit. And then I would like to just, I want to be transparent with her about what kind of person Laris is. I want to really beat home like how terrible he is, and how like this is a very like serious situation. Like the city would be under dire straits. I do want to put it to her in a way of like someone mentioned, Margot had mentioned. Margot's exactly right. He's not the type to where he's full of false promises. So it would be all too likely that he would still pursue Carnage, even if they were to hand her over. So I would probably use that as a, a discussion point with her.
Mhm.
At the end of it all, I would just like to leave it in her hands of what she wants. If she bids me to go, then I'll go. I'm not gonna allow her to like hold me captive and hand me over to him. But I'll go if she's like, yeah, I don't want you in the city. You're too much of a liability. And then I do definitely want to take advantage of being in the Walker house. But I'm not going to show my hand on what that is. But I do have
Let's-
something planned.
In that idea, outside of just telling her what the dealio is with Laris, let's also think about what we can offer her outside of the deal with her daughter. I was thinking bringing the Vistani, bringing the Dusk Elves in.
Well, we could also just ask her, like, what would you want in order,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what matters to you? What do you want? I would say posing that question to her even before bringing up the whole Victor and Stello situation.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
straight up being like,
Put our-
what do you want?
Put our
I'll
good
do what you
cards on
want.
the table first.
Yeah,
Like our
yeah.
best foot forward cards.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it isn't as though there aren't a plethora of things that we could deliver on for her. So that would be what I would start with personally.
We've already proved how capable we are with not being able to count 500 gold between us. She's got to know we're the Avengers out here.
Yeah, like I feel like bringing out the Victor and Stella situation, like I feel like that's gonna be like a bit of like a Hail Mary, whereas this like if she's like it's like especially like if it is like gets like bad to the point, it's just like, well, I mean like even if like like we get like kicked out, like we get kicked out, well, I mean obviously that would not be ideal, but like I feel like Jets this is like, hey, just like just so you know, like we've also been like working on a way of like trying to get your daughter back, and like I like we have like a really good lead, though we would need to like rope Victor into it because like obviously he's the one who's just been like researching this like the how to like to rectify the situation, so like we would need to rope him in as well, and just like if he's ready to explain to Lady Wachter like what his plan is, because like if he doesn't have a concrete plan, then she's just gonna be like, oh, you're just like taking the piss with me.
Yeah. And let's not forget that we did say, or it was loosely said, that Victor could be the one to tell her this. He specifically wants to be the one to tell her this.
Yeah, so like it seems like it's kind of like more his thing to say, because like he's the one who's been like working on it and obviously has the most information on it. So like at least like if we don't want to bring it up, like I feel like, or just like ourselves, like I don't know whether I mean, obviously we need to tell like Victor as well, obviously that like he might be under siege, and just like either way, because like even in the flashback it just seems like Laris was just like really itching for like any opportunity to do a siege. So like once again it's just like even like if he gets what he wants, like he might just like order his men to just fuck up as much shit on the way out.
Yeah, it's one of those like, oh, now I know my lover isn't in the city, so I don't have to worry about her getting hurt. While I do this, awesome. Send him in.
Yeah, so if we do feel like we need to bring in the Lady Wachter's daughter card, like I feel like we would need to have like maybe like Victor at least like be nearby, or at least brief him beforehand.
Yeah, let's
just
talk
like
to him about it before we go in there.
Because like Victor probably knows that like whatever he needs to do for this, like just like to help Stella, like he probably needs help, and that probably means our help. So like I think like he has a vested interest in us not getting kicked out of town because like he needs us. So like I think if push comes to shove, it's just like, hey, just like this, like we're going to talk to Lady Wachter about this, like there is a possibility like she just may want to like either like turn us out of town or just like whatever happens, it's just like worst case scenario, like do you feel ready to talk to Lady Wachter about like your idea regarding Stella?
Absolutely. Sounds good. Let's get this boy cooking. So yeah, let broad like overarching points here. Going in there, before we go in there, talk to Victor about the possibility of bringing Stella up. When we go in there, Yoon is going to open for us and lay the whole situation out. We're going to tell her if she asks for some more details, whatever Irene has for her. We can also talk about bringing the elves in, bringing the Vistani in, getting more people, more fighting men and women into the city. Or I guess just men, because no women elves. More fighting forces into the city to help defend it. Talk about the fact that even if we give Irene up, it's probably still going to happen. And then last, if we really need to, spring the daughter bit. How does that sound, everyone?
Sounds solid to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And we do need to look for new allies. Muriel might be able to help with that. Maybe she can send some of her Raven buddies out and about.
Yeah.
Mm.
I guess probably would need to do the Wizard of Wines, like whatever, like
Yep.
that quest line first, just like, you know, just to, because like it seems like that's really important to her, like that we get that done and settled, and probably like because that's her priority, and like once we get that done, then like yeah, maybe like if it's like we did you a solid, like so yeah, maybe you could like help us out with this, and like maybe she'd have like some other ideas of like, you know, just like who we could just like reach out to, like who might be able to help out with this, like with like the siege.
Yeah.
If
On that
sis-
note, sorry, go ahead, Modal.
I was just gonna say, hell yeah, sis, sweet scratch her back. She crushes Laris's.
We preen your feathers, you preen ours, or however the fuck you guys go about it. I was also gonna say it might be worth talking to either Wachter, or I was even gonna say Ern, about the fact that moving in and out of the city and the areas surrounding the city might difficult for us now. They are preparing for a siege, so they're going to have these people, they're going to have these knights out and about looking for who's coming in, who's coming out, watching the roads. Something to consider.
Mhm.
Does
Mm.
like Strahd and like does he claim kind of, you know, ownership over Vallaki?
He does, now that the Baroness is in command. The Baron was quite anti-Strahd, but the new Lady Wachter is pro-Strahd. And I believe that is
Okay.
public fact.
Should we mention then the possibility of getting Strahd or Rahadin to react to this threat? Because I mean, Laris is threatening to destroy basically the property of Strahd. And you know, I
In
feel
more
like
ways than
that's
one.
insulting.
In more ways than one.
I feel like that could be
I have-
insulting to him.
I have thoughts.
Yes.
You have
So-
thoughts on that?
A
Okay.
couple characters might have problems with that.
Okay.
So, I think Strahd taking revenge on like Vallaki as his property would be like more of like an afterthought. I feel
Mm.
like he would want to see this situation as like seeing as more like a test and as like entertainment, really, to see like what Irene would do
Mm.
as his thrall. So I feel like if she fails and like dies or something like that, he's gonna say, well, that's a write-off. Now let me go punish this fucker for fucking with my property.
Mm.
Fair.
It's more.
Yeah.
It does sound. Thinking of everything that has happened with Strahd previous to this, it's worth inquiring about. But he does so far seem more like the type to want entertainment rather than, you know, come out here and solve the situation himself.
I mean, it could also be vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'd be more upset about Urinate than he would about his property. I don't know. Maybe.
True.
You don't know.
Mm.
We don't know. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, who we kid?
She already got a puppy.
Yeah.
Fucking get it. Train
You
that
don't
bitch to rip
you don't
heads
get
off,
someone
or-
you don't get someone a puppy if there's no feelings there.
True.
Where's the dog, by the way?
He's with me.
No.
He's riding with me.
Alright. I wonder if Lady walked over.
Wherever I go, he go. Nah. He's gonna stay outside. He's gonna stay outside like a good boy.
He's not house trained? That's fucked up.
I don't know. I would have to ask his
Strahd?
his papa. I don't
Put-
know.
Put that in the letter asking for help as a PS on the bottom.
He has
Please,
to see
save
how
us, please.
question mark.
By the way, is
Do
this
I
thing
gotta bring little
housebroken?
keypads with me or
Yeah.
not?
There's this guy called Laris
Wouldn't
P.S.
he be upset
you
that
house
it's,
train
his that it's his property? Nah, he would make us he would see how it happens and see what we could do in this situation, and then crush him at the end if we gonna do anything to stop it.
He'd be like, "Damn, that was kind of weak." Anyway,
Wait, let me drop a bomb.
cracks
Drop a
knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me handle y'all's light work.
Rahadin, Aaron boy,
Aaron boy, bringing his little
go
bell.
deliver this letter into Laris's skull, please.
Oh my god, I want that purple sword so badly. You guys don't understand. I dream about that thing.
Make into the purple shield.
Does your loot ruling apply to this, Fabian?
What is the loot rolling?
Purple sword gonna turn into rubble once it leaves his hand.
Please, Fabian, I need this.
That's too much of a spoiler.
My
That's too
homeland-
much of a spoiler.
Trust me, it's for my character development.
It's literally what my
So y'all
character
gonna
would
kill
do.
theirs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
See
I'm
what
not.
happens.
Listen, I'm not saying shit about what I think or what I want.
We'll
I'm
see
not.
what
Listen,
happens,
I love
I don't
love
know.
y'all. I love
don't
y'all.
even
I
know
would
if it can be
sacrifice
done.
all of your characters for that sword. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's
That's,
fucking crazy.
that's not very
I'm sorry.
heroic.
I'm
Chris.
sorry.
Chris, that's wild.
After everything him and the fucking lizard been
And
through.
and I would sacrifice your backups too. I'm killing the whole family tree for this sword.
Crazy.
Okay.
I
Well,
I'll remember that one.
I'm happy with what you guys have discussed. I'm willing to run the rest of the game.
Cool.
Yay!
Yippee! We did it. We did it.
Peanut butter coffee, save me.
And Fabian, do you want us to roleplay out the Victor thing, or just have us tell him the plan, like at a above
Yeah,
table?
just tell them the plan. That's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We could just
All right.
we can rock and roll.
Just making sure.
Because I assume you guys want to role play out the Lady Walker thing. So.
No, just
shan't-
above table.
we
Just
shan't-
above
we
table.
shan't
That.
follow.
She's like, no. Y'all don't want to talk to a bad bitch,
Victor?
Lady Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. My fault.
Y'all don't want to talk
Victor
to
can be a bad bitch if he
y'all
wants to
don't wanna
be.
Talk to a
Yeah.
bad bitch.
That's what's in those books. How to be a bad bitch for dummies. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Does she want to talk to a bad lizard? The question is not.
Or bad bird. Or bad elf tree spirit. Whatever the fuck's going on with you and Ariel.
Perfect. All right. Ern walks up to the front door with you all in tow. Many of the family members look at him, but he gives a hand up. They seem as though they would want to maybe stop any or all of you from walking up there, but they respect when he puts his hand up and tells them that, you know, you're with him. And he walks to the front door and he knocks, a special knock, and that special knock answers his brother. His brother replies, it says brother, he says brother, and then he says, very big news. He goes, must be if you're here. He says, is she available? And he says, how important is it? And he'll say, enough to end up in the stocks. And he says, well, I hope it's good enough for both of us then. And he'll step away and walk off to the kitchen, and Ern will look at you all, and he'll tell you to follow him, and you guys will walk into Wachter House. You walk into Wachter House, and you see that Lady Wachter is sat in a chair facing the fire, a note in her hand that she puts away as soon as she hears footsteps. She will then look at the fire, and she will turn her head just slightly and say, to whom or what do I owe the pleasure?
Irene will step forward post haste, and she will bow deeply, and she'll say, my lady, I apologize for our intrusion, but I have most urgent news. And she'll glance over at Ern behind her, and she'll say, Ern has informed myself and my companions of a very, very bad man's arrival just outside the gates of Vallaki. And she'll sigh, and she'll say, this man, his men have already somehow seemingly infiltrated the gates, and they have killed red-cloaked members, citizens of this town. We know not how he was able to gain access, but he is one of the banned individuals who is not meant to be behind these gates. And she'll say, these deaths, they were a warning. I am sure of it. I know this man. He is from my past, and he has come for me. Ern has informed us that in 4 days' time, if the city does not give me over to him, the city will be under siege. And she'll wait for a reply by bowing her head slightly.
So at this point, you'll see Lady Wachter stand up, and she'll stand up with a empty glass of which you know she drinks her bourbon. And she'll put the glass on top of the mantle where the fire is raging. And as she stands way too close to this fire, still looking away from you and mainly towards just the glass at this point, she will throw a note into the fire. And she'll say, was this the same man that you were fired over? Ern. And Ern will say, yes. You put your neck on the line. Band, folks from our town, knights, said they could help us, and here we are, the same knights killing us, killing members of my family, a threat, a grave threat to us. Now, it's a fitting story. And, you'll pick up from that she is, almost not believing. And then she'll say, how do you know this man?
My lady, Ern was very wise. to plead for them not to enter the city. These men, they hail from my homeland. I don't believe you would have heard of it, as very little do. It is the city of Erenvale, and it is an elven kingdom shrouded deep in a frozen tundra, surrounded by mountains and closed off from the world. It is a terrible, terrible place where women have no voice. Women have no say in anything. They are meant to walk around as just pretty little things to look at. They have no agency. They amount to nothing. They are simply a tool for men to use, to have wives, and to breed with. And I come from this land. Laris is a twisted man. He is sick. He is the commander of this army that comes to do this town harm, this city harm. And he has been the bane of my existence for over 300 years. I have been under this man's boot, and he has done every unimaginable thing, every abhorrent thing you could imagine to do to another person, he has done to me. He made me watch as and her voice will break. He forced me to watch the public execution of my mother and my brother. And he was the man that pushed that execution forward. They were fighting for a better world, a better future in Erenvale. They were trying to rise up, and he squashed them. He gave them up. And she'll turn away, and you'll see her sort of breathe in and breathe out, trying to center herself, almost garnering the strength to continue on. And she'll say, in every battle that Erenvale has fought in, they have won. Failure is not something they know, and up until this point, conquest was not known to them, for they only care what goes on inside their frozen walls. But it's different now. Laris is different. And this is the danger that he poses to your great city. So Ern was very, very wise, Lady Wachter, in keeping them out.
She will grab her bottle of bourbon, all facing away from you at this time, and then return to fill it once more. She is still, and as she pops the glass on back into the container, she will grab it and she will take the glass and she will walk it over to you and she will hand it to you.
Irene will take the glass and bow her head in thanks.
She will tell you to drink. And then she will finally look at you. And she will say, I believe you. Jesus. hated the Baron, but not as much as I hear it in your voice. I hate Rahadin, but not as much as I hear it in your voice. She'll say. I knew this all before you walked in here, but for you to come in here and tell me so plainly, for you not to hide from me, and for you to want to confront it, well, that's impressive.
My lady, in our last meeting, I told you I would not be the ruin of this city. And I meant it. I still mean it. And she'll say, my lady, I don't wish for more blood to be spilled in my name. And I know that my being here causes a great threat, not just to this city, but to you, to people I love. And she'll say, if it is your wish for me to leave, I will go. But if you wish for me to stay, I will fight for you. I will fight for the people of this city. And my friends will fight along beside me.
She will say, do you know the first step in defending a siege, Irene?
I know of Laris' plans. I know what he thinks about. I know what he plots. He's using intelligence to try to infiltrate the city. He'll assess the wall strength, he'll assess access points and the guards. And that will be his very first step in taking control of Vallaki.
As an attacker, surely. As a defender, well, I know I need allies. I know I need manpower. We need more help. It's been too long since I've been able to take this place from a man and to lose it to another, one as evil and as cruel as you speak on. Well, I say over my dead body.
Mm-hmm. You will see a fire in Irene's eyes as she looks at Lady Wachter. She looks to Lady Wachter with sincere respect and admiration.
She'll say, if intelligence is something that they're after, then, well, I can dissuade them. I'll need someone to help me mess with their heads. And you'll hear Ern clear his throat. And, she'll say, and if only I knew someone who could get things done in a manner that is, well, I would say unprofessional, but done. And he'll clear his throat again, and she'll say, "Go get your things together." And he'll say, "Right away," and he will take off. And you'll hear the door swing open, and she'll say, "That'll help deal with the intelligence part, at least for now. Fern can play his tricks on the walls, make it seem as though it's more erratic than it should be, then that'll be perfect. Now that we know this, we can use this to help him think that there's a certain point that he should attack." She'll say,
Irene will nod to. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, she'll say, and that's perfect then.
Irene will nod and she'll say, on the front of the piece about allies, I can work on that.
Who can you get from me?
There was a Vistani encampment nearby, and there are Dusk Elves present, warriors, respectable, valiant. We've fought alongside them before against this very threat. Very recently. I could try to persuade them.
Very well. Who else?
Irene will kind of, her eyes will dart back and forth a bit. And she'll say, you'll kind of see her struggle a bit.
Is she looking for like other people
Yeah.
to step up here?
Yes.
Yep. Zion will take a step forward and just give a small bow as well, and say, "Of course, you have all of us as well, Baroness Wachter. You have seen our capabilities during the fight with the Baron in his manner. I believe two of the ones here have also fought a great threat by the name of Isaac. I believe that, and he'll point to Victor, who's probably, I imagine, trying to stay out of sight.
Yeah.
Zion will try to call Victor up a little bit. I believe you know this boy, Lady Wachter. He is...
She looks at him with disdain.
He has, whatever your past thoughts upon him, he has become an accomplished spellcaster. He has done more than his fair share to keep himself and others safe in the time that we've spent with him.
He's the reason why my daughter is the way she is. And he'll, shake his head, and then he'll stop, and then he'll nod his head, and he'll say, "Yeah, it is my fault, Lady Wachter." And she says, "I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking of you. Mind yourself, boy." And he will say, as he looks around at you and Tigran, and he'll say, "I know how to help her now. I know how to save her. And I'd give my life for it, but I don't have to. And she'll walk up towards him and tower over him and say, "What did you say?" And he'll say, "I failed her. I'm not scared of you. I'm scared that you won't let me try to help. But I loved her. I love her." And he'll shake as he says this, and he'll say, "And I'll help with the town too. And I'll help just because there has to be a place where she can come back to. You have to believe me." You have to, because I know about the witches. And I know about Baba Lysaga. And I know it's her same circle that cuts you off from him. And Lady Walker is going to have this realization. And she's going to step back and look at him, and it's not disdain anymore. It's almost like she's wondering how he knows about something. And she'll say it. She'll say, "How do you know about that?" And he'll say, "It's in a book, in a language you can't read, and it's spells we can't even cast anymore." And he goes, "But I've lost nights. I've missed meals. I've probably taken years off my life with all the stress. But I learned one spell. Now I just need the components. And that one spell is the one that's going to bring your daughter back. It's going to bring my Stella back. And you have to let me try it. And if I can't do it, then I will die for it." And she'll grab the glass from you, Irene. She will drink what's left of it. And she'll put the glass back up, and she says, "Then tell me what I need to know." And he'll look up at her, and he'll stop shaking, gripping that book. And he'll look at you all and kind of just see if you guys are ready.
Zion's nodding his head, giving him a thumbs up.
Irene will smile encouragingly.
He'll look at, for sure, Tigran.
Tigran, uncharacteristically, he's going to have a sense of tenderness when he looks over at Victor. He's going to nod.
And Victor's gonna put the book up out and lay it out in front of her. And he says, "It's a spell. It allows us to transfer ourselves into the ethereal plane. But we can only do that here inside the circle. The reason why is because we can't do it from the outside. I can't prove it to you now, but Stella's tried to come in. Her soul can't pass through this barrier. And then I looked up barriers. I looked up what would stop someone from doing that. And this mage, he talks about Baba Lysaga. Far and away, back in time, she's old, too. But not then. Then she was young. Then she was learning from him. And, well, she learned about the spell. Something to keep even the dead from entering her domain. And I thought, well, of course you must know her. And Stella and I used to talk. And Stella has read your diaries. And I know that you left to go study underneath her. And Stella said, well, as long as she's not off in the woods studying under some witch, that at least she wouldn't get in trouble hanging out with me. And who would have known that I would have ended up being an even worse witch? But here it is. A chance to redeem myself. I need something, and I need it from these hags. But everyone here said they would help. So we go deal with the hags. And we get the tools. And then me and you can put it to work. And then we can get her back. But I need your help and I need your spells. Because we need to trap the witches there. They'll disappear. But I know you know about boundaries and you can stop them from disappearing, from going to the ethereal plane. And then that's when we have a chance to finally stop them. Either from hurting the townspeople, and if we stop them, well, we'll have more people that we can help, right? That can help us with the town, right? Their spells would end, the curse with all the cookies, all the things that she's offering these people that are making them sick, well, that ends too. And then I can help with fortifications or something. But then I get what they have. I get the component. And then we just go to the ethereal plane and get her back. But I need your help. Starting now, I need all of your helps. Whether you go to the Wizard of Wines or not, I'm ready. And Lady Walker will, she'll look and she'll nod her head and she'll say, I can gather some family members for the boundary, for the barrier. And she'll look at all of you. And she says, this business at the Wizard of Wines, will you need to handle it first? Or will we visit these hags tonight? And then I'll give you guys above table time to decide that.
Do we feel this is more pressing?
Before we get into that, how far away are the hags? Because the Wizard of Wines is quite a ways off, just hours walking time.
You guys have the map, right?
Yeah.
Where are they at on the map?
The old bone grinder. The old grinder.
They're at the old bone grinder.
So they're at the old bone grinder. That's 4.5 hours away.
Yeah, but you got a shortcut.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Holy fuck,
I
we're
forgot
goated.
about that shit.
We're fucking goated. I forgot to. What does that cut it down to?
Halftime.
Halftime show.
4.5. That's
2 3/4.
yeah, something like that.
That is way faster than going to the Wizard of Wines.
Yeah, 'cause it's about
Well, it's
it's
at
about-
1 noon today right now. So let me. How long will this shit take? Well, we're probably gonna encounter some shit along the way.
Nah, we're cool.
My thoughts is we're gonna have Muriel obviously we're gonna have her gathering intelligence if we manage to like get this done, and also we're gonna have a step towards like the biggest picture of Barovia when it comes to solving that issue.
So your votes for the Wizard of Wines?
Yeah, I have the fear that that's not going to go away, but get severely delayed, as opposed to going to the Bone Grinder, which we can do like at any point, really. Like if we wanted to do that tomorrow instead, it'll still be there.
I'm going to give a vote for the exact opposite, and kind of for the opposite reasons. The fact that the Bone Grinder is right there, the fact that we can handle this right now is very appealing to me. We are having the conversation with Lady Wachter right now. Everybody in this room knows the score. Victor is right here. I think if there is a immediate path, it's to the Bone Grinder. Otherwise, we have to look for Muriel. We have to look for the kid that wanted to come with us to the Wizard of Wines. We have to, deal with
Muriel
whatever's.
is that same kid, but just clarifying.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. We would have to deal with whatever would happen on the crossroads, both crossroads, the Raven River and the Arctis, whereas it is a seemingly on the map straight shot from Vallaki to the Bone Grinder. So my vote's for the Hex.
I have to agree with that, actually. Just on the purpose of earning even more favor with Lady Wachter. I feel as though because we're having the conversation right now, and we have her at this point leaning in our favor, in our direction, I think that if we made her feel as though she is as much of a priority as she really is, and as much as Stella is, I think that can only garner more favor for us.
Great point.
And I would say the opposite. So I would say Bone Grinder first, and then perhaps tomorrow deal with Wizards of Wine. That would be my vote.
Okay. You know what? Only because we're gonna be near the Revenant, and we'll be in werewolf territory, and we're gonna possibly have the monkey see fucking around with us. I see a very easy level with going to Bone Grinder first. So if y'all want to go do that, we can do that shit.
I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up stuff in that direction. now that I
Jesse
think
and
about
Abby, how you feeling?
it. Yeah, what do y'all think?
Hey, yeah, I'm down to do Bone Grinder first. My only apprehension was it's not really something we can predict, I'm sure, but whether or not we were gonna need to, be more powerful, potentially be more leveled up before Bone Grinder versus Wizard. But I don't know what kind of challenges lay ahead. So as heroes, I think, the Lady Wachter, Stella situation is more pressing. So as heroes, that feels like what we should go for.
Yeah, I guess it's my only concern, kind of what Jesse was saying. It's just just kind of level wise, are we going to be ready for it? And just also, it's just with the Wizard of Wines, we know for sure we're going to have Muriel coming with us, so we know just anything along the road that and this is kind of just above table, but if once I get to level 6, bards get this ability that basically any allies within 30 feet of me get advantage on Charmed and Frightened, which might be really useful against hags.
Oh, I forgot they get counter charm. Shit.
Yeah, so I don't know if it would just be worth it just to just eck out that extra level just so we have a little bit more assurance in that, just for any status effects, because the thing is if we're all charmed and frightened, we're just all kind of fucked.
Yeah,
I guess then it's the difference between thinking of like in game versus out of game.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like above table, I agree. Having that me personally getting that extra level because I took that dip into Warlock, that would be my 5th level in Fighter, which would mean extra attack. Out of game, that sounds great, but in character, thinking just this situation in this room, I know Zayn is going to vouch for the Bone Grinder, and so that's still my vote personally. But above table, if we end up going that way, completely see it.
So I guess this is really more of a question of like, do we take Charm City potentially at Bone Grinder, or because like I'm not
You
saying
guys
all
don't
the
know
shit's
anything
gonna
about
happen at
hags.
once.
You guys are really
Right.
know much about hags, like in character. You guys don't know really what they're gonna rock you with.
Oh,
Out of
true.
character too for me.
Yeah. So, you guys don't know, especially
You
know,
living
even
it
if
up.
you've encountered a hag, like in another game, you guys don't know what's gonna happen down here.
Yep. So we don't even
Yeah.
know about the charm shit.
As of for the Wizard of Wines, I'm not saying all this shit's gonna happen like at once,
All right,
but like
I respect you guys wanting to do Bone Grinder for the reasons of you are in this situation right now where you're looking at the mom in the eye.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking.
I respect
Mhm.
that more currently than the thought process of leveling up.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's why I was vouching for it.
I would die.
We're heroes.
I would die for this shit.
Let's
would
go.
die-
Let's
I'd
go
be
be
level-
heroes.
I'll be level. I'll take a level down just to go to the old Brian Garnett personally. Give me.
Listen. We
take
did
a level
Isaac
from
at
me.
4.
Let me go to the Bone Grinder.
all right, we
We did Isaac at 4. We can do the
we
witches.
doing this shit for the love of the game.
We doing this shit for real.
You guys also know there's 2 kids there.
There is. There is.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go beat up on some old bitches.
Let's do it.
All right.
Fuck those eggs.
I need to go to the bathroom now. So, you guys enjoyed talking. Free talk. Free play.
No?
Free play.
Woo!
Replay. That what a let me say what a performance by you, Yoon, with Lady
Yeah.
Walker.
Hell yeah.
Well
That was
fucking
awesome.
done.
Crazy out here.
Could not have gone
Thank
better
you.
because of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
She ate that shit. She ate that shit
Yeah.
up, and she was like, "Wow, I so believe you. Here, have a drink."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she knew. And
Yeah.
she knew beforehand. So if we did try to scum her, then it would have gone bad.
Nah, it
Mm.
wasn't just have a drink, have my drink. That is some
Yeah.
shit right there.
It's like you need it more than I do.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know. I just kind of blacked out. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Nah, that was fire. That was fire. That was a great your name moment. And a great moment from you.
And I love that it gives the girlies insight as to what happened.
Yeah.
To and so now like they're in the loop as far as that goes, which is awesome.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because like
Lot
this
of
Mhm.
is
speed.
for our characters, it's like who the fuck is Stella?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gnarl's gonna be looking kind of shell shocked on Irene's behalf for sure. But yeah,
Yeah,
this
girl,
is
it's
some
jarring.
serious
Be
shit.
right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they got something to talk about over the water.
Oh yeah.
Mondays, am I right? So hot. So hot outside.
Yeah.
Burning up. Have you guys seen that meme? I fucking love that meme.
No, I was just,
I had
was
no
just
idea what
going
you were
with
talking
it.
about.
I was just going with it.
Let me find it.
while we were in the middle of everything, I thought about how maybe if we thought that Laris wasn't gonna stop at Valaki, that we could kind of try to rein in the people of Kresk as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, only if we thought that like that Laris wasn't gonna stop, that he was just kind of gonna want to take over Barovia, or at least um light shit up all over the place. But
Yeah.
yeah, just a passing thought while everything was going on.
I see the vision. I think the people of Kresk, or at least the ruling officials over there, Kresk, would be like, okay, so you're telling me this was happening in Valaki, and you brought the girl who Laris is chasing down and pillaging to find into my city? Get out.
Yeah, right
Get
here.
the fuck out.
Fair,
That-
fair.
That's and then it's like enjoy the 10-hour walk back to Valaki. That's
Yeah.
how I see that going.
Yeah, totally fair.
Personally. Although, hey, if fucking Yoon gives an Oscar nomination performance like she did with Lady Walkthrough, who knows? We need to have Yoon start every conversation.
You only get one of those every 5 years.
Alright, name your price, girly. I got 300 gold.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I
Speaking-
guess if we do help Kresk out with the Wizard of Wines, like maybe we could, I don't know, maybe ask,
pit stop?
like, yeah, or maybe ask like, hey, Valaki's gonna be under siege. Like, could you spare a few guys? That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Mhm,
Yeah, real swell. I think
I
that's a
agree.
good idea. Yeah.
I agree. No, rally the people.
I found it.
Rally the people. There was a super interesting way in my mind this could have gone, where for the past, call it 8 real-time months, Valaki has been our base of operations. There was a very interesting line of thought in my head where we get kicked out of the city and we have to survive in a cityless Barovia for a while. And I thought that was quite interesting. Like, you are not allowed back here until the Laris problem is finished. And it's like, okay, how do we now operate without a place to return to every night?
We have to our own Minecraft house. We gotta fucking build a boat with redstone traps and shit.
I can see Tigran digging down 2 blocks and putting a dirt block above his head. and he's good. And he just waits out the night. He's good.
Yeah, we just need someone to grab Liam and Tiny hut.
We have that.
Ooh.
Irne has that. Fucking saved us. It did
What
alongside.
is that? What does she have? What does she have? I'm sorry.
the tiny hut that saved us from the fucking forest
Leomund's
beast.
Tiny hut. Let me tell you.
Shout out to Liam.
I was so excited to use that spell. I thought I would never get the chance.
Hell yeah. Tiny hut, big plays.
Yeah, between that and the Pass Without Trace, that thing was fucking light work. Don't quote me on that though.
Alright, guys, sorry. I had coffee, and it did coffee things. So now, we need to play the rest of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coffee. The thing that sends us to the bathroom immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, should I just kill the rest of this coffee? Sure. And then I was like, that was a terrible mistake. Because everyone knows if you don't
consequences.
finish the coffee, you're fine. Okay. So what do we decide?
I'm thinking
Going to the
bone
bone grinder.
Yay!
And we're going down to level 4.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. I'll do that shit at 3.
That's awesome. Okay.
I'll lose my subclass for this.
Perfect. Let's go down for the lock, and we're going down to level 3. That's hella funny. Perfect. What level are you guys?
5.
Nah, you're fine.
Fight weird.
Perfect.
Guy who
So-
said we could win the Laris fight, by the way.
Yeah, you'll be fine. The Laris fight in 4 days fight is a different fight than the Laris fight in your last fight.
Are you when you say we could have won the Laris fight outside the Vasani King? Do you mean we could have killed that man dead?
No, I told
Yep.
you he was lying.
No, you could have.
No.
You could have.
No.
You could have.
Are
What
you
level
lying?
were you guys in the last fight?
I think we're still
Laris?
5.
Oh, okay.
We've been 5 for about 10
You
years,
You could have.
Yeah.
and 4 for about 10 years before that.
You could have. You could have.
This is gonna be our first level up in 6 months.
All right. Perfect. Now, was he probably going to kill a couple of you? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. If y'all would have fought him and not been super, oh, we got to pick up the person who just went down. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
like if
just
you
like
weren't
every
too
man for
altruistic
themself.
and really, went in on him
Yeah.
in a cool strategic way, yeah, you would have won.
Mm.
Were you guys gonna win
Interesting.
how you were playing before against him? No way. No way. Dogpiling a guy that did 3 attacks and a crescent attack that could all take your head off.
That was fucked up.
4 out of 20 chance to lop your heads clean off.
Y'all might have died. Anyway,
Some
Have a
of you
good
may
weekend.
die,
have a good weekend.
but that is a sacrifice.
All right, so let's do this. So we're going back. Lady
Sure.
Walker's looking at you. Victor's looking at you all. Her and him both on the same page. Looking at the same page and then looking back at you. So what shall you do?
Just real quick, do we want to discuss, just to everybody, do we want to discuss this in character, or do we just want to have it be a decision that was made? Also a question for you, Fabian, as well.
Well, you guys can tell her that you guys are going to go to.
Yeah.
She's asking, are we
Yeah.
going to handle this tonight or
I-
another day? And that's all she's asking you.
I think Irene would chime in here and she would say, "My lady, this is most pressing, and it isn't something that I would put off till tomorrow." And then she'll look to everyone else to gauge their opinions.
Zion will nod his head. He'll say, "We are agreed. We will do this tonight. Your daughter is most pressing, and having her safe will hopefully see this city safe."
Tigron will say, it's right down the road. Why not? But, if we're gonna do this, we should, probably tell that woman we were gonna go escort to, sit tight, yeah?
Being a mother wanting for her lost daughter has really touched Nariel, and she's going to readily agree to go with everybody. So she's going to nod and yes, we will go as soon as possible. Good night.
Yeah, Margot's just like kind of like mulling over in her head. It's just like she did want to get the Wizard of Wines thing like taken care of, but it seems like, just like everyone wants to go, like, just like deal with the hags, and like it's just like, yeah, it seems like, just like a more pressing situation right now, though. I guess, like, I mean, this is, the first she's hearing about, obviously just like, oh, there's like there was a situation with like Lady Walker's daughter, so she's just like, okay. But Margot sighs. It's just like, yes, I believe dealing with this should take precedence. So yes, I am in agreement. It's wine can wait.
And Lady Walker will say, well, then it's decided. We'll meet over by the Sunset Gate at 5 o'clock. Once the sun is down, we will find our way to the old Bone Grinder. I'll have my family members ready, and you all prepare yourselves in the meantime.
Irene will nod and she will bow her head once more and she'll say, "My lady, I have but one question for you. Is the veil that protects this home from the Dark Lord listening in, is that veil still intact?"
Yes. The veil is intact as long as I will it so. It is tied with my blood. I can seize it,
Irene,
and I can enable it at will.
understood. If you would allow, may I share a few words with my companions under this roof? I'll only need just a few moments.
Take your time. I'll be off to get ready. And she will say to Victor before, right before she starts to walk away, and she'll say, "Be ready, boy. If she means this much to you, then you'll know it will make her happier to see you alive thereafter." And she'll turn away and she'll walk away. And she'll tell Halleck, the butler, the Ern's brother, and she will say, "They may leave when they wish to." And she says, "I'll be getting ready." And then she'll say, "Go get my boundary men." And then, perfect. Halleck will then, walk away, and you guys will have whatever time you guys need there in the foyer. Not foyer, the dining room.
And as soon as Lady Walker leaves the room and she's out of sight, you would see Irene's shoulders immediately and visibly relax, as if she were holding them up with great intentional strength. And she'll just sort of relax a bit and breathe out and take a moment to collect herself. You would get the feeling just from looking at her that it took a great bit of effort to put on as she did. But she would then turn to you all, and she'll have a weak smile on her face, and she'll say, "Finally," she said, "this is a conversation that I have waited too long to have with you all. We have some new friends with us, but Tigran and Zain, there is so much that I've wished to explain to you, but of course I couldn't. And she'll take a few steps closer. She'll look to Anario and Margot, and she'll say, I don't know how little or how much you know of the Lord of this land. Lord Strahd. Do either of you know of him?
I have never heard of such a person. Not before
No,
now.
unfortunately, no. I'm assuming by his title, he is the ruler of this land.
He is. He has been a poison to this land for many years. He has been the source of much pain and suffering for the people who live here. I am in fealty to him. And that may be something that's very difficult for you two to understand, seeing as you don't know me. But all this time, my intentions have been good, and that is something that I have desperately wanted to share with Tigran and Zain specifically. Tigran, you have looked at me as though I were no better than the Lord of this land. But I promise you, and I've wanted to tell you, that I don't act out of idiocy. I have my own thoughts and feelings. And I'll admit, I know not if I am bewitched by this man. I only know that when I look into his eyes, I see and I feel a part of myself staring back at me. A sense of recognition, a sense of belonging. But I'm not blind. I'm not deaf. I am not dumb. I know of his evil. I know the pain he's caused so many. But I must tell you all, there is no one way to defeat a source of evil. And whether you think it's through storming Castle Ravenloft and making a ruckus, trying to brute force our way through there and take him down, or any other way, there is no one right way. And she will say that and look directly at Tigran. And she'll say, looking into his eyes, just because I'm not knocking down his door ready to fight him face to face does not mean that I am your enemy. And then her tone will soften a bit, and she'll say, before I met any of you, the friends that I came to Barovia with, we had stumbled across a Vistani encampment, and we spent the night there. And during our stay, the Vistani had traded with us stories, one in particular, from a Vistani man. I forget his name now, but I'll never forget his story. He shared with us about a prince, a wonderful, kind, and caring prince of this land. And during his reign, the land was bountiful and all was well, and he took care of his people. And then one day the prince had changed, and there was a darkness in him that none of them had recognized. I believe this prince to be Lord Strahd. And so, it has been my desire and my want to, instead of trying to kill him, I want to see if I can save him.
Tigron is going to sigh, and he's going to say, "You're wrong. I never saw Strahd in you. But you have to understand, the things I want to tell you, the things I would tell someone exclusively who I've been back to back with against things that want us dead. I wouldn't just be telling it to you, I would be telling it to him. So, whether I wanted to or not, no matter what my relationship would be to you, I would be giving parts of myself to him. And I don't think I need to tell you that he is the last person that should be having those parts.
Of course not, Tigran, and I would never give those parts of yourself to him. Despite the truth of our reality in that I am connected to this man, I'm still me. I'm still Irene. And that won't change. My care for you is what I will use to protect you from him, as I would for any of my friends. And that is something that I have tried to express from the very beginning, what you all mean to me, that there is no end. There's nothing I wouldn't do for any of you. And that is stronger than any loyalty I have to any prince of any land. But I do understand, Tigran. Hence why I've taken the time now to try to spill my guts, if you will. I wanted to explain that I'm not just walking around blindly, just saying, yes, Lord Strahd, yes, anything you want. I'm doing it with intention. Do you understand? There is not one way to go about this, Tigran.
I know why you're in, well, maybe not in league with him, but I know why you're at Strahd's doorstep. I mean, it's not hard to see. It's the same reason that big white-haired bastard is currently trying to barge in the door of Vallaki right now. But I need to know something. When we take care of that bastard, and I promise you, we will, what'll be your need of Strahd then?
I don't know. You see, I don't know myself what I need. I'm just trying to follow my heart. It's all I have. And my heart tells me that there's more going on with that man than meets the eye. I know, my heart tells me I know we cannot best him through strength alone, but that we might best him in other ways. And so whether I have need for Strahd or not, my path for myself is clear. What's that old saying? What's better than a friend you know? A friend you don't. Well, better for us in our case.
Tigran is going to stare into Irene's eyes. And he's going to ask, so you think you have a shot at fixing what he's become now?
I do. I don't know. I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know how, but it's something I need to see through. And of all of us here, when I look around, and she'll pull down her choker to reveal the thrall mark on her neck, she'll say, I think I've got the best shot here at doing it. But I can't do it alone. I need the support of my friends. I'm not asking you to pledge your fealty to the man. Hell, I'd hate to see it. But I'm just asking for you to give me a little bit of trust. And know that I'm not the enemy.
Tigran is going to weigh heavily on what he's about, what he wants to tell Irene, what he's wanted to tell her and Zayn. He's going to mull it over a little bit. And then he'll come to a conclusion. He'll ask, well, in order for a friendship to work, there can't just be one line of trust. It has to be mutual. I'll give you my trust, Irene. In return, though, I'm going to need yours. And what the solution that I have when it comes to the Dreadlord.
Let's hear it.
If your method doesn't work, I might have one of my own. You remember that friend I told you about in the Vistani camp? The one who spotted our two new friends here.
Yes.
And Tigran is going to feel heavy almost in telling them this, knowing that it was a promise that he made to Muriel to keep quiet, but if he was going to make this work, he needed all the hands he could get, not just Cenariel or Margot's. And he's going to say, her name's Muriel. She's related to the people who run the inn. She's seen people like us before, seen people who have either gotten involved with Strahd or tried to oppose him completely. I'm trying to help her. She has knowledge of an artifact, the Amulet of Ravens. It's something that, if assembled completely, can grant the wearer incredible power, maybe even enough to stop Strahd in his place. I'm looking for those pieces right now. I was trying to get her to the Wizard of Wines. She's, for whatever reason, has been needing to get there urgently, but she keeps getting stopped along the way by those metal birds. She thinks that I might have a decent enough shot at gathering these pieces. And I'd like to think that, but I think we all know that just one person against Barovia, it's a fucking joke. It's not happening. But maybe with you all, maybe we might have a sliver of a chance for that happening. So I hope that you're right in your feeling that you can get to Strahd, get through to him, make him stop all this. Otherwise, my method is going to be a little more straightforward.
You will see a flash of pain on her face at the mention of his complete destruction. It's almost just instinctual. But she will nod knowingly, and she'll say, "All right, I trust you as well, Tigran. I want to try to save him, but I know that it's a possibility that he may not be able to be saved. And if we can't, then I accept what we must do." And she'll hold out her hand to you, and she'll say, I have the utmost respect for you as my companion who has stuck with us through thick and through thin, through blood shed and loss. Stepping in when you didn't have to, stepping forward when you barely knew us, when you barely knew me, and you're still here. You have my trust, my friend.
Tigran will look at the hand and he'll say, when I first met you, Lot, it was because Cinder demanded that I stay along with you. It wasn't a mutual relationship. You only had Cinder's trust, not mine. And whether or not it was her influence that made me stay with you all, or I don't know, maybe you bunch of circus clowns just grew on me. Whatever it is, I guess it's to say now that it's mutual. And he'll shake. And he'll say, one more thing. I only told you all of this because we're in a safe space to do so. The moment we step out of this house, we do not breathe a fucking word of what I said. All right? I cannot have this man know about Muriel.
Understood. Then we shall walk out of this house as though this conversation never happened, and we have no knowledge of Muriel. And it's likewise for the information that I shared. As far as you all know, I am in complete and utter fealty, unconditionally, to Lord Strahd, and he shall know no other reality. I'll make sure of it.
He'll nod. He'll say, well, I guess it's nice to finally be on the team. Yeah?
And she'll breathe out a sigh of relief. It just feels good to be on the same page for once.
And Tigran will let go. And he'll say, no matter what we do to make this happen, it's for the people that we lost along the way. Every single one of them calls out to us to finish this shit no matter how it happens. We do it for them.
For them.
Alright, he'll sit
That'll
back down.
be, yeah, that'll be all that she has to say. She'll kind of dip her head towards the ground, and step back.
Victor will have his book closed up. He'll tie it around his waist, and you'll see him fired up. You'll see him ready. Not tired, not dragging his feet, no more staring into the book. He's looking at you guys in your eyes, and he'll say, okay, so let's prepare. Let's get ready.
What do you have left to do, Victor? What do you need before we go?
Well, I'm gonna go to my house. I'm gonna get some supplies, some components for some spells. And he says, beyond that, if you guys, need something, I guess we can grab it from, the Baron's armory.
I would like to see this. This armor of mine, it is the best the people of Prohinia could make, but the years have not been kind to it. Something new, perhaps something better. I would like to take a look.
Okay. He'll...
Also, yeah.
Mhm. Go ahead.
Also, it seems that we are going to be fighting hags. Do you know? I've never met a hag, obviously, before. At least I'm not sure I have, though. I have met some people that, might have been hags in disguise. Regardless, do you know if they have any, or like, how to fight a hag?
I'll fill you in. We'll fill you in. And, well, we'll need silver, certainly. And, well, the Baron kept all the best silver at his place. And, well, it's my place now, so I'll get you what I need to get you all. Now that we're close enough, I'm ready for us to prepare. And, you'll say, follow me.
Follow him.
And he'll walk out the door. You'll all walk out the door. And we will end our session.
Oh, can I do one thing real quick just before we leave the house?
Yeah.
Before we leave, as the conversation is wrapping up, Zion will go to both Tigran and Irene and just take each of their shoulders and just say, you both speak very well. You cannot see my face, but if you could, you would know I'm nearly brought to tears by the words you give to one another. Being at each other's throats, sharing harsh words with one another. It is not who you are. To see you both on the same page, it is. At a time like this, it is truly the silver lining to my cloud. Thank you both for being here and for being who you are. Eden, you were amazing in what you said to the Baroness. You alone has gotten us to the place we are, ready to take on this assignment. Tigran, your trust in the both of us has not gone unnoticed and not gone unwelcome. I thank the both of you. for being exactly who you are in this moment. I would wish for no one else.
Yeah, Irene will pat the hand on her shoulder and give it a little squeeze, and she'll give him a very sincere, genuine smile before following Victor out of the house with a little sassy little sachet. She's definitely feeling herself.
She knows she's got it. She knows. She knows.
Tigron's gonna raise an eyebrow and say, "Wow, you mean to tell me you wouldn't have anyone other than a perpetually fucked off lizard? I can see the bar is forever low here." And he's going to smile back before walking out the house.
Zaina will follow right after him.
Perfect. We'll hand ourselves.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, this session was awesome.
That was
This is-
a very fulfilling session.
I know.
good.
Holy fuck.
Very cool.
Thank you for the meal. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Feels
This
good to
is
let go.
this is legit top 3 sessions. I'm not fucking
For
around.
me as well. For me as
Can
well.
we get can we get some tally marks on that statement now? How many times have we done that?
Let me
Yeah,
breathe, bro. Let me
Take a
breathe.
shot every time, and then we're all
Let
fucking
me
dead.
fucking breathe. Let me hold this, man. No, but that's awesome. That's awesome. Everything that happened this session, fucking amazing. I think Irene really stole the show. This session.
She did.
A little that you know what? That I'm okay with just one session of a lot of Irene talking. A
locked
lot
in.
of things needed to be said, I
You
think.
locked the fuck in. You and Modal. With that,
That was
last
great.
conversation, that was
Modal,
awesome.
that was great. Dab me up, brother.
Yeah.
There was a couple moments where I was like, should I get in there? But I was like, fuck no, they're doing crazy shit right now.
There's an undercurrent here now. Fucking.
Huh? What does that mean?
Oh shit! The fuck happened?
Undercurrent?
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was me.
Like,
fucking
we
with
know-
soundboard. I'm sorry.
We
I
know
just discovered
shit
that.
that Straw don't fucking know, but
Oh.
we gotta, we gotta, we gotta act our parts here. We gotta dance along,
Yeah.
make sure he don't suspect
Yeah.
nothing.
We finally
Ooh,
got one
mommy.
over on that fucking guy. Kind of, in like a way. And next session, we're gonna beat these hags. We're gonna level up. Oh my god, the path to the future has never been brighter.
Okay, what time are we on, Fabian? I got noon. How long is this shit taking?
I would say you guys got 3 hours until it's 5.
So it's like what, 3 p.m.
2 o'clock?
And sorry, real quick, does that account for, for
2
travel
hours,
time?
2 hours. Sorry, I realized it.
Oh, okay.
A little funny.
So with 2 p.m.
Not,
right?
I did the math a little funny, but I told you the wrong time. So yeah, it would be
Wait,
3 o'clock now.
So it's
2 hours till 5.
it is 3. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that
Yay!
that takes a lot of time. So.
And do we need to be at the bone grinder at 5, or do we need to be ready to go at
You need to be
5?
at the
We have to be at the
sunset gate.
gates.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Ready
Alright,
to go. at
next
5.
week, or are we on the 2-week break?
We are.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come the fuck on. What if we?
Oh,
What if
shit.
we're human beings? We have the power to change our future. What if we straight up didn't do that? Wouldn't it be the perfect? Wouldn't it be the perfect sunset session if we ended it having beaten these hags? That's what I'm thinking personally.
Alright, let me see what I have. So
I hear the grumblings of a
let me see
Fabian.
the salt marsh.
We do have Salt Marsh next week as well.
You had
True,
it.
it's cool.
Didn't you have it this week too?
We did,
Well-
but we cut it short. Poor Val, she's sick as fuck.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the thing, and I'm gonna keep it a bucky.
Don't
On the
don't break
20
my heart.
On the 29th, Ab is over here, so it's not gonna happen.
Cool.
On the 5th, Ab will have just left the day before, so I'll be brokenhearted. So I'll be listening to a lot of the Strokes that day.
Lot of Mac DeMarco that day.
Nah, fuck with the Strokes. Which album we got, favorite?
Yeah.
So what if we did? So what
Love
if
you.
we did? What if we did the 15th
I am
next
listening
week?
to Why Are Sundays So Depressing on repeat for 24 hours.
What if we do the 15th next week, the 22nd the week after that, and then we have 2 weeks off?
But what if we did it on the 10th just to get that shit out the way?
On the 10th? On
The 10th?
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Yeah.
I got nothing going on Tuesday.
I'll tell you what. I can do the 15th and the 22nd.
Oh,
But
I'm cool
I
with that.
cannot play the 29th and the 5th.
That's fine. That's cool.
I agree to these
Does
terms.
that work to everyone else?
I agree with
Yes.
these
I
terms.
agree to these terms.
Yeah, that should work for me.
Okay.
That's perfect for me because I've got a concert on the 5th as well,
good.
so I don't even
Alright.
be here.
The 15th and 22nd, we said?
15th and 22nd
Right?
we'll play. So we'll play next week and the week after. And
Yeah.
then
Right?
15th, 22nd, and then we're back on the 12th.
we're back on the 12th.
Seems to me. Seems to me. Oh my god, we're gonna fucking crush these. What are they called? Night hags.
Woo!
Hell yeah. We're thinking we gonna do something.
Yeah, Fabian, what did you think of this session?
It was a really good session. I needed everything to get said that was said. It felt good. I needed everyone to say
Sound-
things. I needed to handle the Victor and the Lady Walker thing. I needed to handle the Lady Walker and the guy and y'all thing. I needed to handle the what we're gonna go, like where we're gonna go thing.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
I feel like we all, and then also you guys' characters handled your interpersonal conflicts enough to the point where it's like,
Mhm.
okay, we gotta grind right now. Like there's no
Yep. We're locked in now.
ulterior motives. It's like, all right, let's go. We have to do things. So I'm like, cool. I'm happy with it.
The air is so unpolluted, it's crazy.
For the first time in what? Since we started the game in last February?
Since we started the game. Since before
Literally.
we started the game.
Literally.
I feel
literally.
free.
I feel like the chains came off this session.
Yeah.
I
It's
hope
like,
you know full well
finally.
though that Ron's still
We-
gonna be on his bullshit. If
we
only
thought-
for the sake of appearances.
Yep. We thought the training wheels were off, like when we were leaving the village of Barovia. The training wheels really just came off.
Fabian, did I riz so hard that I just like succeeded with Lady Walker? Is that what happened?
No
Is-
rolls
If I
required.
ignore the
What's that?
verbiage that you used, yeah, you did pretty good with Lady Walker.
Wait, what verbiage?
yeah.
What verbiage was it?
Riz?
Oh.
It's so hard.
Yeah, man.
Is
You know,
is Lady
as
Walker a
the
love
kids say.
interest?
Yeah,
Is Lady Walker a
You
potential
did
love
great.
interest?
Yeah.
You talked to her enough. You said enough of the right things that I was like, yeah. As Lady Walker, I was like, damn. I
You know
get
what?
it.
Hell yeah.
I feel it.
He was blushing.
That
As
massage,
Lady Walker, he was
Lady
blushing.
Walker, Lady Water, what? Lady Water, get.
Lady Water.
What's lady?
Let me give you.
Lady Water.
The scoop. Let me give you the scoop on the misogyny. You would hate this shit.
The misogyny.
The misogyny.
Yeah.
Misogyny.
This was a patriarchal society, Lady Walker.
Yeah.
We can't have this. Behind your walls?
That was a great angle. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And especially using what Irene knows about Lady Walker and what she said to her privately. Fucking
okay.
powerful. Fucking powerful.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, that was good. That was cool.
And now we can
That
go
was
to the
cool
old
and
bone
good.
grinder.
What the fuck with the Arendelle memory? You're a monster. You're a demon. You're a demon.
That was
He
close.
said, let me take you to Anvil real quick. Like that isn't
Yeah.
Irenae's fucking hell.
He was
For
itching.
for
he
300
He was
years.
itching to play some Laris. That's why he was
Yeah.
like, let me just get this real quick. Let me just.
He said
just real
he said
quick, real quick.
Let me get
he
one
said I
off
haven't
real
abused
quick.
a girl in 24 hours. We gotta remedy that.
Let me get one off. let me make her feel small real quick. That's good.
It was great. It was fucking great. God, this campaign's so awesome. Let's do another one tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's crazy how Laris Riz is telling a girl that her dad is basically a pussy.
This guy's the worst guy ever.
He's like,
Yeah.
"No, actually, I think I need to get rid of your dad. What do you think?"
Woo! And making
Like,
you make
my
that
God.
decision? Making you say it?
What if I just pushed his wheelchair over real fast? Would you like that?
Yeah.
shit? I would like that
Yeah.
shit.
What if I hold
So
your
under-
eyelids open while I do it too?
Because and that is so on brand for him. Because of course he would be so convinced that whatever he wants,
Yeah.
she wants. Like you must hate your dad.
'Cause
so
why-
much
'cause why
as
wouldn't
I
she?
hate your dad?
Why wouldn't she?
Because
Look
why
at-
wouldn't she?
at
Exactly.
All right,
That was
I got a question. Do we think Laris is redeemable?
No.
No, straight to hell and jail. No.
Big no.
And yet Strahd over here, we're playing Sunshine
He's
and Roses. with this guy.
misunderstood. He was
Let me-
good
Let
one,
me
maybe.
put it to you this way, player. One of them refers to women as the female species, and the other one just doesn't even look at them. Which one's more redeemable to you?
Oh my god, that is perfect. Actually. Females.
he calls guys dudes and calls girls females.
But like incel Laris versus Chad Strahd.
Yeah.
Facts.
See, all these dirty ass Aaron Vale females, they gonna plague the bloodline. We need pure fucking blood only in this bitch.
And he wrong for that?
Oh, that is good. He's very wrong for that. He's very wrong for that, in fact.
He
Actually,
wrong for that? Huh? Huh?
there's something wrong with that boy. There's something wrong with that boy.
You guys don't get it. I identify with Laris in the sense that I have to play
Don't
as
say
him.
that.
I have to play as him.
Yeah.
I identify.
Is this-
I literally become him for a moment in time. For a moment in time, I am. I
a
am
moment in time, he
exactly who
gets it.
Laris is.
You become possessed by the spirit of Laris.
He's like, wait a minute, maybe women aren't all that shit.
I'm an
It's like,
incestuous,
what fucking
patriarchal, patriarchy-ridden fucking sociopath,
Mm-hmm.
homicidal sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fabian just like unlocks like the misogyny for just like a second. Like he channels
Unlocks.
it.
Nah, have any
He
of
says
you ever read the
unlocked.
book Ender's Game before?
I've taken out of the old trunk I have underneath concrete
vault.
slabs.
The Fabian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of y'all have read the book Ender's Game before?
I have only the first one though.
Yeah, there's a part where Ender is just like, in the moment where like I truly understand my enemy, I become him and I love
Yeah.
him, and then I destroy him. That's literally what Fabian's fucking doing, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fire line.
That's sick. That's sick. No, I love Laris. Laris is sick. I love playing as him. Because he's so bad. He's so fucking
Yeah.
not right.
No, he's awesome. He's awesome. He is an awesome villain to hate.
He's not right in a way that is so funny. Like, for him to be a guy in a place like Barovia is like, this is just a bad fucking dude. This guy isn't enrapturing people in a different town.
Yeah.
They can't leave, you know what I mean? Like, he's not leaving them Barovia. He's not sending werewolves to kill people. He's not, you know what I mean? He's not doing all these things that they have Strahd do, but he is such a bad fucking guy. Like, you know, he's not sucking souls out of children, and you know what I mean? Like,
Not every villain needs to be redeemed.
It's almost through sheer will alone
yeah,
that he is as fucking bad.
he is like
You can't get away with being like that unless you're as strong as he is.
Yeah. Tell me why you give Strahd, the Baron, and Laris in a room, and you give Irene a gun with 2 magic missiles. Tell me why Strahd walks out of that bitch.
Tell me why. Tell me why Laris threw both of those missiles. By the way.
Tell me why Laris gave her the gun and gave her 2 blinks.
Oh.
And you know what? I think Laris kind of likes that she pointed the gun at him. I think he kind of liked that.
I think
Yeah,
you're
he's
right.
that kind of sick fuck.
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think he'd laugh.
Because for him, it's just attention. It's literally just attention.
He'd be like, finally, she chose me.
That's so real. It's awesome. It's awesome too that he doesn't hit her ever. Ain't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We need to meat shield her pronto.
First time in 300 years that's happened.
It's oh my god, it's literally like only in public. He's one of those types where he keeps it under wraps in public. Holy shit.
No, actually, yeah, it's never been public. No,
Yeah. Holy fuck.
that's
Damn.
crazy, Chris. That's deep.
Levels to this shit. Levels to this evil shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Behind closed doors.
Yeah, did you guys peep the in the last art picture that I posted, her back was exposed? Did you guys peep that?
No, I look respectfully. I don't see shit like that.
Oh shit, there is, ain't there? I did not see that.
Where is it?
On her back.
What channel? Is it the art channel?
Art.
Yeah,
Oh.
art, you know.
That sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Billy fell down the stairs or some shit.
Yeah,
She got-
Fell down the stairs.
No, I fell into a doorknob. Fuck.
Yep. Yeah.
Laris was practicing tattooing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, she sleeps real hard. She sleeps real
Yeah.
hard. Now, you know what? I bet he never done anything to her face. I bet he never do anything to her face.
No. Yes.
Oh,
Correct.
no.
Correct. That
He
is
has to
true.
look at
That
it.
is true. That's
Mhm.
correct. That's correct.
These were some wild convos for Margot and Anariel
Yeah.
to be hearing.
Thinking.
I was
I'm-
thinking about that as
It's
well.
cool that you guys get to see fucked up people because
Yeah.
you guys are, you know what I mean? Like,
They're in shallow water still a little bit.
I know, but it's cool that they get to see that because they see people that are having like these fucked up weird situations that they're like, damn.
That's y'all. That's y'all in 6
Yeah.
months, by the way.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, the way Anariel's feeling at the end of this scene, she could feel like the connection between you guys, but at the same time, she's got this like little bit of embarrassment going on. Like, should I have been here for that? Was this private? Is this okay? Should I be here?
There was a moment.
That's
There's
a
a
leak
moment-
of actual Jessica, by the way. She's she's
That's
like,
awesome.
should I fucking like leave the room right now? Like, I don't think I should be here for
Is this for me?
That's awesome.
Is this
Fabian.
allowed?
The intensity of the feelings here. It's like that's yours, you know. And oh no.
In a real life situation, Jessica, like if she were trapped in a room, she would like migrate, like inch her way into like a farthest corner.
I
And
was
to
picturing
onlookers,
Anariel
it
in
would
a
look
corner.
crazy. Just so she doesn't
You know me too
feel a
well.
part of it. Oh my god.
It's like
Ew.
It's like
fucking-
we literally met a day ago. Is this?
literally, it's like
I
you're
can't make a
fucking.
No,
character.
not a day ago. Like 2 hours ago.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like you accidentally walking into like a reunion party for like a nom or something, and you just see everyone just posting with little Dixie cups full of punch, and they're
I got,
just like, "We made it through, man. We got out of there alive." Calm and fucking Rayfield though, we lost them.
Yeah, and Chef.
And shit.
Everyone's tearing up and sharing their stories, and I'm just like, the door is blocked. I can't get out of the room. And I'm like,
Bro,
oh my gosh.
I was just trying to get to the Wendy's. Where the fuck am I?
These guys are standing in the fucking doorway. I want to get a steak. I got to do this shit.
Right on. Well, great game, guys, and next session we are going
Next
to
week.
talk about what you guys are looking for in the armory, something to prepare. And
Armor,
so-
please,
So
please, armor. I need that shit so badly.
and so I'll be talking to you guys over the next week about it, and then
Hell yeah.
and then it's just gonna be like a thing where you grabbed all the things from the armory, and you guys are walking out of Victor's place at that point, right when it's 5 o'clock, so that way you can just rock and roll.
Sick.
Okay.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Thank you guys. It was so much fun.
All right, guys.
Yeah.